Hello, everybody, and welcome to the debut episode of Tales from the Shattered Lands. My name is Jake, and I will be the Dungeon Master leading a few of my lovely coworkers through a campaign of my creation. Let me introduce them to you quickly by having them wave and make a sound while they do so that the lovely camera hits their lovely faces. We have Nico. Hello, Nico.
Hello, that is me. I am here. That is my name. My name is Nico. Hello.
Hi, Nico. We've got Jason.
Hi guys, how's it going?
We have Quinn. Do we have Quinn? We have Quinn.
I'm so sorry for the first technical difficulty. It's me. Hi, I'm Quinn.
All right, that's the only one. We're getting them all out of the way. We've got Lily.
Hi guys, I'm Lily. Nice to meet you.
And last but not least, Austin.
Hello everyone, I'm Austin.
And as I've said, I am Jake. We will be streaming on this channel twice a week, starting at 6 p.m. and ending at 9 on Wednesdays and Fridays Eastern time, because this streams on the internet and time zones are a human construct that exists. So some brief information about us. We are Tavern of Tales. We are an immersive board gaming bar in the Mission Hill neighborhood of Boston, Massachusetts. Your cast tonight is made up of us coworkers trying to stick together through this crazy lockdown time to give us something to do, give you something to watch. So let's escape our homes for a little bit and delve into a fantasy world. Why not? If you're looking for something else to do with your evenings during this time, please join us for our ongoing Eberron campaign facilitated by some of the lovely people around this digital table. We release a series of episodic one-shots on every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So that's tomorrow if you want to jump on now, where you take on the role of an exquisite aeronaut descending from your cruise airship to solve mysteries, punch bad guys in the face, and explore the intriguing world of Eberron. For more information, please head to tavernoftales.com/DND. That's tavernoftales.com/D for dungeons, N for Nilbog, and D for dragons. That is the introduction. So if we're all ready, let's dive in, shall we? Are you folks all ready to go? You can unmute yourself now.
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Great, cool.
I killed the dragon.
Let's do it. It is the first Bull's Day of Pike Tide, year 996 of the Great Silence. The day is named for the god of death, Bolstair. The month is named for the god of war, Fineem. And the year is named for the absence of the gods from this world. It is early summer in the Shattered Lands. It is the colloquial name for the remnants of the great empire of the Garcidian gods that lasted for millennia previously. For the last 900 years, the former citizens of the continent, spanning Megacity, have been in perpetual war with each other, brought on by the silence of their gods and former rulers. This tumultuous time saw the rise and fall of many nations, trying to carve territory through the crumbling cross streets. More were forgotten than remembered. The city now lays in ruins. Its many spires toppled, its sewers crumbling, its artifacts being hawked in market stalls set in cities constructed from old rubble. The wars were finally ended not 30 years ago by the emergence of a terrifying new disease of madness. It's highly contagious and horrifying. What starts as a buildup of black bile in the gums soon manifests into paranoia, convulsions, and violence. Worse, healing magics have no effect on the contagion whatsoever. The Empire Wars, as they were called, came to a screeching halt, save for some small scrimmages on some borders. As the world prepares itself for the new threat, we look forward into an even darker time. We join our party on this day around a dimly lit table in a room with no windows. There is a map in the center of the table showing the Northwest Peninsula and the nations that exist there. the nation of Zon to the north. You see our map on the stream. The nation of Zon to the north. We have it's right next to the Green, which is an ever-expanding forest inhabited by elves that do not let anyone trespass on their lands. And to the south, the free cities of Dunmarch, a loose confederation of merchant republics. They are in the city of Southport, the nation's second largest, and just along the southern border. A large orcish man sits at the head of the table and shuffles through some papers. He's clean-cut and professional-looking, and wearing armor bearing a standing crow with its wing outstretched. Mid-caw, the insignia of the Singing Crows. All right, rat catchers. Rat catchers, are you? I see here that a lot of you just spent the last 3 days in the sewers chasing rodents of unusual size. So before I hand you your next job, let's just quickly debrief you and take it from the top. So we're going to introduce your characters in a specific way. The last job you were on had you heading into the sewers of Southport to clean some rodents of unusual size that were infiltrating the sewers. You, together as a group, tracked down the nest, battled rats in the sewers, fought a giant rat king with its tail intertwined with each other, and ran away from an explosion set off by flaming methane deep in the sewers. So we're going to start by answering what happened in that event in a loose sort of free-form narrative. So we're going to start with Nico, and you're going to describe what your character looks like, how your fellow players have seen you fight while you were in the sewers, and an important detail or idiosyncrasy that they might have noticed about you during this time. And finally, describe a sticky situation you were in within the sewers, and then call on one of your fellow players, and then they'll start off the same list by describing how they helped you out of it. Does that make sense, Nico?
Sure. Just so I know exactly what the situation was. We were just in the sewers hunting down rats, and we fought a rat king, and there was an explosion at the end of that.
And you escaped it narrowly and
Yes.
very heroically. Yeah.
Okay. Like we always do. So, my name is Glimmer. I am a tiefling. Like, sort of like bluish white, like a nice bar of soap. That's how I'm imagining it. Young, not like male, not like handsome particularly, but not ugly. Some like scarring on the face, and some like rough like stubble. Some horns that curve back like along my head. It's like dark purple around the flesh where the horns come out, and then the horns are like a deep gray. I wear like pretty simple, just sort of like city clothes. I don't have any weapons obviously on me, but I do use magic. So in the sewers, you probably my demeanor throughout most of the sewer adventure was, this is humiliating. My talents are much better than this, and I was probably just like firing off fire bolts in like a bored manner for most of the time. I guess an idiosyncrasy you would have noticed about me is that I don't speak that much. I don't seem to like trust any of you really at all, and I seem distracted all the time. Like when I'm not speaking directly to somebody, I seem like my mind is just like elsewhere. And let's see, with a sticky situation. Let's say that I at a certain point in this adventure got swarmed by a bunch of rats that were biting up my knees and my shins, and that was my sticky situation, is that I got my lower half swarmed by rats. So I'm gonna call on Lily.
Excellent. Okay. You see before you a handsome ginger knight.
Oh, Lily, can you start off by saying how you rescued Glimmer?
Oh, how I rescued Glimmer. Valiantly, as a knight does. I charged straight in there and just took my giant lance and was not effective whatsoever. I didn't think about this very well beforehand because I'm usually not fighting rats. I usually expect to fight much larger, much more glory-filled kind of quest. I was not expecting the rats, but we managed it. Finding out that my lance didn't quite work out, I ended up pulling out my longsword and kind of just hacking away at it. And you notice as you see Sir Gwydion, the Guileless, fighting that they're not the brightest bunch. They tend to go for very straightforward kind of attacks. The first thing that he's going to think he's going to do. He doesn't seem the brightest, and he doesn't seem to notice anything beyond anything that calls for his help, like dear Glimmer here, who he's very fond of because of the fireballs he found very, very entertaining. He is very handsome. He's a ginger-haired, amiable-looking, freckled face. However, his guy liner is kind of like starting to show that he hasn't really kind of upkept in the past 3 days, and his fine, richly crafted clothes are kind of like mussed. It's very like unbuttoned, like Fabio kind of style, but the chainmail is really, really dirty from like sewer grime. He usually is seen wearing with like this brown leather floppy hat, kind of with a giant plumage of ostrich feather, just very ostentatious. He ended up losing that in the sewer, and he's very upset about this. You do notice, actually, that the hat, once it had fallen off, that the thing that he tried to hide from most of the people he's parties with is that he's actually has elven ancestry. One ear is quite mangled and pierced, but you can see from the other one the slightly elongated tip that would belie this.
And what's a sticky situation that
situation?
Yep.
He cannot swim because of the massive amount of armor that he was wearing. He ended up slipping while in the sewers. But thankfully, his buddy Eidolon managed to fish him out.
How did Eidolon do that?
Oh man.
No, sorry, that's a question for Eidolon.
So, yes, my designation is Eidolon. Eidolon kind of saw Sir Gwydion kind of flailing in the not even foot deep water of the sewers, and saw them panicking a lot, and just kind of being the large statue that they are, took them and just picked them up and put them right back on their feet again, and then just gave them a hearty pat on the back to keep forward. Eidolon is not a traditional human being. Eidolon looks like a set of full plate armor. The armor, however, is terribly damaged and seems to be kind of weathered in a lot of ways. There's a lot of battle scars on it, and it's aging quite well. The two biggest features of Eidolon are that the helm is just darkness with a small, very cyan blue flame flickering from underneath the helm, and that Eidolon's arms are exposed, but what should be flesh is just a combination of this colored yarn and small thin scrolls inscribed with arcane images. And anyone talking to Eidolon can see that he is of no human background. And his age is kind of showing. Nobody really knows how old he is or where exactly he came from. He's very silent in the sense that he always is the last to speak, but when he does, he's very stringent and very intimidating when he speaks. He never persuades, he always intimidates to get what he wants. And he kind of does everything quite methodically. He wasn't too thrilled about going into the sewers hunting for rats. He says that is the lowest of the jobs that he's ever done, and that this would be a cakewalk for him. So as he goes into the sewers, he kind of finds rats, takes his rapier out, and kind of stabs them very quick and methodically, almost like skewering them for like a barbecue. So as he does that, he's continually tracking the source of these rats, and once he finds the nests, he sees the Rat King and is just consumed with the thought of completing his task and charging after him. Now, he kind of does this methodically, but at the same time recklessly. He just wants to get the job done, and so as he's finding him a little bit overwhelmed as the rats keep tearing at his parchment skin and ripping away the spell scrolls inscribed, and you can see that he's starting to lose a little bit of power. He regrettingly has to call on his good friend White Scales to bring him into to help him in the fray.
How does he do that?
White Scales is a dragonborn, standing about 6'5", 6'6". You see, he wears a kind of loosely fitted black shirt tucked into beige pants with boots at the bottom. His scales are white with small horns that kind of jut back, along with the rest of some of his scales towards the back of him. And he wears a sleeveless cloak over it that kind of drapes down, and he has a hood that he kind of keeps up, but it doesn't really fit perfectly with the horns. And he carries a large battle axe on his back. Throughout the journey in, he was really kind of withdrawn, and he didn't speak a lot. But you can you get this sense of innocence and naivete from him a little bit. He has a bunch of battle scars, but there were moments that, the party would say something and he would kind of ask questions that most people should know the answer to. Whether it's about history, about something simple as, the history of a day, or a religion or a god's name, that kind of thing. In battle, he seemed to kind of enter a little bit later than everyone else, kind of standing behind, until he saw Eidolon get swarmed. And kind of in a moment, the innocence faded when he saw this, and his gaze kind of narrowed from a warrior standing back into more of a animal staring down its prey as he leapt into the combat faster than anyone else to save Eidolon from the swarm. Unfortunately, after he got Eidolon out of that, he kind of looked around and realized that he was lost in the swarm himself, and that's when he looked over to Ashrin for help.
Cool. So I think Ashrin kind of noticed that there were a couple of quieter types in the party and played a little bit of a diplomat, possibly as the way to have a captive audience to brag about her time in the free cities of Dunmarch, but hey, just trying to get everyone to talk and kind of failing. That being said, adventuring with her had a very weird sense of deja vu that you couldn't quite put your finger on. And then during this fight with the swarm, you all swore that you saw her whiff with a firebolt way overhead and then suddenly fire again and hit the rats, which was weird. So, that being said, she is a human, kind of like in her early 30s, dressed really nice and put a lot of effort into prestidigitating all of the muck from the sewers out of the clothes as you made your way out. Also has a very nice hat that she likes to kind of take notes and compare with Gwendolyn with, because, nice hats are nice. I don't have anyone else to save.
Oh no, you already saved Jason, so you gotta be saved by Glimmer.
I gotta be saved by Glimmer?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say that maybe as soon as we took the Rat King down and we all felt like, yeah, we had done it, I immediately just started kind of tightening things up and prestidigitating, trying to get all the disgusting muck out of my clothes when one last rat was coming to get us and Glimmer saved us. Because I was too distracted on my own shit. I'm sorry.
Can we say bad words on the stream?
I forgot that, yeah.
It is marked as a non-family friendly, I believe.
Okay.
So
I can say a dirty word.
We follow FCC guidelines. You get one F-bomb.
Okay. See, I didn't even say that one.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're good.
Damn
But
yeah.
Okay.
So like 3
Heck
tabs
yes.
down in my
Hecking
notes,
dang.
I got the F-bomb already written, so you can't use it this time.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay, so the group begins to debrief this orcish man at the head of their table about their adventures, and he dutifully takes the notes. He doesn't seem very impressed at all. Well, that sounds very thrilling. We've calculated your pay to 15 apiece. It'll go to your debts unless you want to withdraw any of it upstairs later. Then he shuffles some papers around. I have your next assignment, whether you are ready or not, so listen up. It is a big one, so you do not want to be messing this up. He reads through the paper with some half-moon spectacles. We, the undersigned, on behalf of the Singing Crows, pledge to carry out to the best of our abilities the job set to us below. He reaches underneath the desk and pulls out a silver canister with a red wax seal around the rim. It's about 1 foot and change tall and about like that big around. If you can get me in camera. You are to travel north to the city of St. Gertrude and to deliver this to Duke's head steward, Reginald Esquisse. If the package is damaged or the wax seal is found broken, you will be responsible for the damages. We're paying you 125 total for the job, so 25 each. Get it there in 5 days or no payment. Get it in 3 and you'll get a bonus. Any questions about job?
What city are we in? Sorry, right now.
We are, if you look at the map, I will draw a circle around it. You are in the city of Southport. It is the second largest city in the Free Cities of Denmark. You would follow this road up to St. Gertrude, which is a small town, mostly known for its agriculture. It's like the breadbasket of the. It's like St. Louis. Something like that.
Okay.
Like a Kansas City. Just like that. So that's where you got to go.
Okay.
Any questions about job?
I was like, can we know a little bit more about who we're delivering this to?
Reginald Esquisse. He's the head steward of the Duke of St. Gertrude, Duke Sherrington.
Okay.
I
A steward? All right.
He's a steward.
I'm taking notes.
Did he describe what the thing was, or sorry, did he show us what it was? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a silver canister with a red wax seal.
Okay, but not like what's inside the canister.
No, it's just a canister. There's a little paper tag on it as well, and as he hands it just over the table. Who picks it up?
I'll reach forward and I'll grab it.
Okay, Glimmer, you grab the canister. It's got a little paper tag on the outside, and it says, to my dear friend Reginald, with warmest regards, Jack Conyer. And it's on like a little gift tag attached to the top.
I'll peer at him over the top of it and say, are we going to be told what's in this, or are we just left in the dark?
Do you get paid to know? What is these questions?
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna hand it
Do
to
we-
like whoever the beefiest, the like most able to carry a thing member of our party is, which I'm guessing is the Dragonborn or the big
Yeah.
robot.
The big robot.
I'll hand it to
has
Eidolon because I
a-
think he moves more methodically. I think I'll trust him more.
Can
to
we
carry
establish
something
right now who the
potentially
biggest
fragile.
boy is? Is it
Yeah,
Eidolon?
who's
Eidolon?
the tallest?
I am-
Line up from tallest to
Who's the biggest
smallest.
boy?
I am 6'6".
Damn,
However,
bro.
I am not as strong as I seem. I am much more agile than strong. That is to be said that I can still carry the package, but I just want to know if, to expound on Glimmer's question, is there anything dangerous inside here, magic-wise or non-magic-wise?
Eidolon
Certain
asks
precautions, certain
Um,
precautions must be taken.
I think it is. I think you are worried too much about it. It is probably like a bottle of wine or something.
All right, if you think it's something that simple, I'll keep it on me.
You pukes, you newbies. You always think that the world is out to get you. That this is going to be some like bomb or something. He needs someone to carry it to St. Gertrude for him. He pays good money. Don't
I've
ask
just learned to be careful, you know? That's how you stay alive.
Well, I can
Yes,
roll
yes,
it for you if you'd like, if you're certain that it might explode or you might drop it or something.
If it would explode, they would put it into the shipping notice. You worry too much.
See?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
It does seem like this is a little bit heavy for the detail for something simple. Are you expecting much resistance getting there?
He takes the paper and he shows it to you. Like, you asked me. I do not accept the job. I just give it to you. He come in. He say, here, 150 gold to ship from A to B. We ship from A to B. Part of that fee is not to be asking questions. Now get out of my office.
Fair
I'm
enough.
so sorry, sir. We'll be on our way. And I would like to gently try to guide everyone out.
Yes.
Okay.
Eidolon just kind of puts it in his little saddlebag fanny pack sort of deal, and
I
Heads
love
out the
that.
door.
I love that.
Hold on, we never established who the second biggest, third biggest, fourth biggest, and fifth biggest boys are.
That'll
Very
happen.
good.
That'll happen in game as you
Okay.
have to duck under increasingly small doors.
Okay.
Yeah,
You leave the complex.
when we line up to do our measurements.
Sir Gwynplaine
Yeah.
stands tries to stand an inch taller as he leaves.
My dad's bigger than your dad. Anyway, so the group leaves through the door. Quick thing of note, add to your character sheets, you all have a silver collar around your neck with your name engraved on it. This is a standard issue to Singing Crow's mercenaries. So you have a small band of silver that's shackled around your neck. You do not have the key to it. You also have, each of you, a little black bounty book with the relevant criminals, where they were last seen, and how much they're worth as well. It's like a part of the standard kit.
we have a most wanted list.
Yeah, you got a bounty book. Yep.
Okay.
Because you're, bounty hunters trying to get the fun.
It would be worth mentioning that you would have seen White Scales particularly unhappy with the collar around his neck,
It is
kind of
very demeaning.
playing with it and tugging at it every now and then. Not really. It's specifically, I don't know if we were all in the room when they got attached to us, but he would have protested a little bit about that. Which would have been one of the few moments that you've seen him actually speak up against something happening.
Are we out of earshot of this guy?
Yeah, you're outside his office door, currently making your way through the Singing Crows guild hall complex.
Okay. Well, I don't think. Father, who are not quite used to dealing with this sort of leadership, I'm much more worried about these exploding than that exploding. So let's not push them unless we have to.
Are these going to explode?
Yeah, has the purpose of these things been explained to us at all, or they just got locked in our necks and they're like, here you go, you have this now?
I was into this when I signed on, but if these are going to explode, I don't want to wear this anymore.
When your debts were transferred to the Singing Crows as part of your like onboarding, you like get sprayed with a hose and you get a collar.
But I'm assuming they don't really tell us a lot of details, right?
No.
Just like, here's your cool necklace. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Eidolon isn't too worried about the necklace.
In my experience, I do believe that any collars without chains do have another failsafe.
Oh, they certainly have chains, we just can't see them. That being said, let's get this out of the way as soon as possible.
I agree. I think the fine gentleman said 15 gold was waiting for us upstairs. I would very much like to grab that and spend it immediately.
It doesn't belong to you, it goes towards your debts.
We could still withdraw it, though.
Yeah.
But then you have not made a dent in your debts. What's the point?
As the group argues amongst themselves, picking through the guild hall, you pass by other people in shabby armor with silver collars around their neck. The complex is large, with winding hallways that lead to large bunk rooms, like a dormitory or a prison. As you round one hall, you see a man step out from around the corner as you get like halfway down it. He's burly and tall and has his hand on his sword, ominously locking eyes with you. He steps around the corner and is soon joined by another brute of similar size. He says, hey, hold on, friends. You're new to the collared life, aren't you?
You have a cute name for it and everything? That's nice.
Well,
Servitude is nothing
not
new
much
to
else
me.
to do but come up with cute names. Do you have a cute name?
I'm like, I'm just gonna like turn away from him, sort of like distract myself, look at something on the wall, like,
I'm going to say designation was Eidolon. And you are?
I'm gonna say, he does actually, it's Glimmer. It's pretty cute.
So this is the hallway that you folks are in, and these are these folks that just came around the corner. And as you're talking to the two men in front of you, sharing your cute names, two more men come up from behind and cut you off from the hallway that you just were walking up. So you're currently heading north. And they step from around the corner and sort of block you off. They're all giant men with moderate armor. Please situate yourself in this hallway as the scene develops. Well, nice to meet you folks. My name's Huge Humphrey. This here's Large Larry. And them two, he points behind you. They is Enormous Edward and Tall Terry. And we're the big leagues, and you're the little guy.
You have cute names too. That's very nice.
Which way is the direction of the hallway we were walking toward? North or south?
North.
All right.
We're sort of the unofficial officials on who gets what job, and we just couldn't help but notice that you had an old little meet in there with old Grom, and he gave Yins a new job, didn't he?
Is that not how it works around here? Don't you, you work for them, you get jobs, that's how it goes?
Yeah, but in good faith, if you don't want to take the job, you can transfer it to someone else. And that's sort of my role. It's not really official. I just make sure that, the right people get the right job. You're new, so I forgive
so
it.
kind.
Yeah,
That's really selfless of you to help us like this.
Yes, and considering that courier used to be a job of mine, I find that we are perfectly suitable for this job.
You see, you'd think that, but, I've been around the block for a lot longer than you have. So before we, have to get violent or anything. Let's just why don't we just head down to the desk and transfer whose name is on that job? What do you say?
You are impeding my work. I highly suggest you do not do this.
I'm going
But if you
to.
look at it from my perspective, it was never your work to begin with. That
I'm
job
going
is
to-
rightfully ours.
As this conversation is happening, I'm going to very quickly, like, just in front of me, sort of like weave my hands into a complicated pattern, tracing these like sort of glittering lines. I like seem to draw like one symbol, and then I turn it and split it into two, and sort of cast it out, one towards one end of the hallway, one towards the other end of the hallway. I'm casting Charm Person at 2nd level, which lets me target an additional creature. I'm spending 2 sorcery points to twin spell so I can target a 3rd creature.
Does twin spell stack with upcasting like that though? Because I think you.
I can spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a 2nd creature in range.
But
So-
there's another clause in twin spell saying you can't do it if it targets.
If it targets one creature, I'll just
If it
cast
targets
it.
okay.
Okay, in that case, I'll just cast it at 2nd level at the 2 guys blocking our way.
In the front.
Yeah.
Okay. They have to roll a charisma saving throw.
I think it's wisdom.
Wisdom.
saving throw.
Yeah,
Oh.
DC 13.
Why did you choose wisdom for these guys?
Haha.
Yeah, that kind of seems like the spell for it to be charisma, and it's not.
Mr. Huge Humphrey here, as you send out the charming blast, his eyes sort of roll back into his head, and he kind of gets like a little bit blurry. This guy sees the spell being cast. I assume your DC is not higher than 17.
It's actually 36, sorry.
Whoa!
What?
This is some Unearthed Arcana stuff. Okay. Please roll initiative as the spell gets unleashed.
Okay.
Everyone please, because the men start to approach and they look angry.
Cool.
Yeah.
So hold on, we're level 3, right? You checked my character sheet. We're starting at 3.
No, we're starting at 2.
We're starting
No,
at
we're
2.
starting
Okay,
at
I
2,
will
bud.
de-level myself by 1.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you get a 2nd level slot.
You checked my
I
sheet,
would
you
like to
said
see
it
how
was
things are
fine.
going.
So that was at 1st level anyway, so I was only able to target one guy. But we'll
It's okay. The guy who got targeted failed.
Yeah.
I would like to. Ashrin saw this display and saw that guy looks pissed, and would also like to sigh and go, amateur, and would also cast Charm Person on the same guy.
Wait,
okay.
it worked against the guy that I targeted, just not against
I
the
thought
other
you just
guy
said it
next to
didn't
him.
work.
It
Then I'll
targets
get the other guy.
This guy's turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me give him one of those little like doodads.
I would still like to
Loves-
cast it on the guy who failed, so he doesn't get mad.
Okay, we're gonna have to do that in initiative because Nico started, or sorry, not Nico. Glimmer started hostilities. Okay, White Scales, what's your initiative?
4.
Hey.
Atrin, what's your initiative? Atrin?
Sorry.
Queen, you gotta
I'm
roll die.
working on it.
Listen,
I
Jack,
know.
how do I roll die?
How do I open PDF?
And got a 4
Sorry.
as well.
That's a 20. That's a 20 because I have +3.
Hee
Easy.
Hee.
Okay. Austin, what did you get? 2? Is that what I see? Eidolon? Oh, you got
12.
12. Yeah, I see a 12. And then the thugs get a 2.
Yes.
So everyone's gonna get to go before them. So Ashrin, it's your turn. You want to cast Charm Person on this guy?
Yeah, I'd love to cast Charm Person on his buddy. So that's
please
going to be a
refer to
wisdom
them by
save
their
from
proper
him.
names. That is Enormous Edward.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meet a lot of people. I don't always remember.
What's
it's the
your
faces, not the names.
what's your DC?
It is. I think 12. That looks right.
12. Yeah, so he passes it, shakes
Hate to
off
see it.
the charming spell, and makes him look even angrier. Is there anything else on your turn? Eidolon, you're on deck. Eidolon, sorry.
Yeah, I would actually love for him to re-roll that save. I'm gonna use Chronal Shift, so he has to re-roll his
Ooh.
saving
Hell
throw.
yeah, baby!
Yeah, so you see Ashrin
Even
say
better!
amateurs
Cannot be stopped.
and then look terrible, and then she has like a locket that she starts fiddling with, and then suddenly we're back a couple seconds and the whole thing goes over again.
And
What
this
just
time he does
happened?
Even better.
Yep. He did better? Cool.
He did. He did the devil in the rope when he
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
his anger travels back in time to carry him through your miles. Eidolon, it's your turn. Glimmer, you're on deck.
All right. So I'm going to target the person who isn't charmed and hit them with my Hexblade Curse,
Okay, seems good.
which will be a bonus action.
Yep.
For my action, for my free action, I draw my rapier, and then for my main action, I am going to cast Eldritch Blast on the person who was just targeted with the curse.
That guy. Roll your attack.
All right. Roll a d20 plus 5. Yes. Oops.
Well, you got to put the slash in front of a roll.
Right. Slash roll. There we go. There we go. Oh, great. A 6.
Great.
Oh no!
After all that setup.
Yeah.
There's just something about this guy. He's a warrior. He shrugs off charms twice. He ducks under Eldritch Blasts. He can't be stopped. Anything else on your turn, Eidolon?
No, I'm fine. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay. Glimmer, you're up, and Gwydion, you're on deck.
Okay. Which one of these guys is the guy who like was the leader?
The guy you charmed.
Oh, he's okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, he has succeeded 2. Okay. I'm still gonna try it. I'm gonna like mutter to myself like, maybe something a little harder, and I'll like weave another different thing and sort of like whisper a little bit into my hand, and then cast this like very thin strand of energy out towards the guy next to the guy who I charmed. I'm casting Dissonant Whispers on him. That's a Wisdom save. As I'm doing that, I'll say, "Listen, friend, can you tell your guys this is like a bad idea?" Oh my God!
Damn!
There's just no stopping him. He's coming for you.
He's so wise. We should be asking him for this.
He's not even wise. He's just getting lucky.
Yeah, he's not getting any bonuses.
I'm gonna use my class
Holy
ability
shit.
to delete Roll20. Sorry, everyone. It doesn't exist anymore.
Dude, Xanathar's is so broken. So you call out to the leader to suggest that it's a bad idea. Make your persuasion check at advantage.
Yay. And I add, I think, 3 to this. Yes, I do. Persuasion. Can I argue that this is deception, A, because I have charmed this guy, and B, because it's actually not going very well for us right now?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so I'm adding 5 instead. That is a 20 total. Dirty 20.
20 total. He's going to be looking sort of lovingly at you, and he says,
I don't want that.
That's how he chose to manifest the charm.
Okay. That's not how I chose to manifest the charm.
Big leagues, this isn't such a good idea. And he'll make his leadership check. See if he can call off his own men. Nope.
Oh my
Cool.
god.
Great.
He's worthless.
Guys, we're gonna get detention for fighting in front of the principal's office.
This guy sort of pushes him out of the way and says, "You're worthless." He doesn't look like he's about to step down. Glimmer, anything else in your turn?
I'm gonna, let's see. Do I want to move? I think I kind of do. I'm gonna move just a step back so that I'm a little farther away. That's it.
Okay. Gideon, it's your turn.
Thank you.
feel
Seeing
you're
what's
on deck.
going down, in that case, yeah, Sir Gwydion is going to crack their knuckles and just calmly stride forward and just punch this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna take my sword out or anything. D20.
That'll hit.
So yeah, I think it's just 4 damage, right? Yeah, 4 damage.
You got 1 plus strength score.
Yeah.
Okay. You get him with a mean right hook. You feel like you knocked a tooth out or two. He stumbles back a little bit, but he looks even madder and doesn't look like he's about to back
Right.
down anytime soon.
That's
Anything else
fine.
you
I'm
want
going to action surge and do it again.
to do? Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
use all your
Good
class
guy.
features on these bullies. That'll do
This
it.
is the BBE. We got it already.
This is the end boss, guys.
Yeah.
The big leagues.
22 for another 4 damage. For
Yeah.
the left hook now, I'm ambidextrous.
You want to hit the
And,
guy that's charmed?
No, not the charmed guy. The one who stepped in front of him and
Yeah.
called it worthless.
Yeah, this
Yeah, Squidion's gonna give him the right hook, left hook, and just give him a nice little smile and a wink. To be like, your turn.
You whelp. Is that your turn?
That is my turn, thank you.
White Scales, it's your turn.
So I'll turn to the 2 that are behind us,
Yep.
and I'll kind of just look at them for a moment and be like, I would urge you to stand down. I really don't want to hurt you. And I say that out to them. How do they respond to that?
Are you looking for like an intimidating or persuasion-y?
More persuasion-y.
Okay. Roll your check, please, at disadvantage.
Yeah.
They just
alright,
saw your ally punch.
that's a -1, so that'll be a 6.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh
Uh,
no, sorry. It's not. It's a flat 0, so it's just a 7.
Okay. So the 2 kind of exchange a look and then continue to approach, cracking their knuckles, getting ready for the brawl.
Okay. Is that going to count as my action for the turn then, or
No, we'll let you do that for free.
Okay, cool. Then with that, it's worth mentioning that the battle axe isn't on my back; it's on my back underneath the cloak. So I will reach under and grab it, and then 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll run over, and I'm just gonna swing at the one in front of me, letting out a little "I'm sorry to do this" then, as I approach. And that will be a 11. Fuck.
11 just hits.
It does hit. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. 9 damage.
9 damage. You're getting him with like the broad side of the axe.
Yeah.
Like across the head. It leaves an impression of your axe's like texture in his face as he kind of slams his head into the wall. It's terrible. Anything else in your turn?
I'll kind of look back over to the other one. Please stand down.
He will not.
Yeah, I figured. Then I will end my turn.
the guy that you just hit is going to take his fists and try to grab you by the neck and slam you to the ground. Make your choice of an athletics check or a acrobatics check.
Oh, it's absolutely athletics, baby.
All
right.
These guys are rolling really well.
17.
17. You are knocked to the ground prone.
Okay.
Give you a little prone sticker.
Nice.
The guy that you just told to stand down is going to give you the people's elbow.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Does a 10 hit you?
No.
Oh, it's at advantage. Hold on. Nope.
No.
Totally lays himself down prone as well as he tries to do too fancy of a wrestling move for his skill level. The one in front of Gwyn is going to just go ahead and draw his sword and escalate things needlessly and probably die for it later. Does a 21 hit you, Gwyn?
It does indeed.
Wouldn't you know? You take 5 points of slashing damage as he takes his sword out and runs it up the length of your chest. You can feel your blood starting to pool underneath whatever clothes that you're wearing.
Thank God I'm wearing red.
There you go. I have worn my red shirt. Ashlyn, it's your turn again as these folks continue to beat up White Scales ineffectually and retaliate against Gwyn. Glimmer, does he get a saving throw at the start of each of his turns or the end of them?
I don't believe so.
Okay, he's just going to stay back there waving at you.
Okay.
Giving you a thumbs up. You're doing great!
If anybody does anything
great.
harmful to him, then it ends.
Okay. Ashrin, it's your turn. Hello, Ashrin.
Thinking, because I don't really want to start blasting.
Don't blast. Don't be blasted.
Start blasting. I'll start blasting.
Ah!
Okay. Ashrin is going to check out the guy right behind White Scales and start doing some somatic gestures. But she's got these very fancy rich lady white gloves on, and as she does the gesture, a kind of ghost image of the glove comes out and chill touches the guy. It goes whoosh. And I'm gonna do chill touch. So that is against my DC.
I think that's just an attack, isn't it?
Is it just ranged?
It's
yeah,
just a
it
ranged
is.
attack.
Chill touch is an attack roll.
It is, yeah. I'm wrong.
It's a ranged attack roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that would be 10. So no.
10 just barely misses.
Okay. And I'll end my turn.
Eidolon, it's your turn. Glimmer, you're on deck.
Eidolon is going to let out a really weird, unearthly screeching sound. It's not very humanoid in nature at all. Before he takes his wand again and fires an Eldritch Blast at the guy in front of Sir Gwydion who was cursed. So that is going to be an attack roll.
Yeah,
and that is a crit.
And that's a critical hit.
Yeah. So that would be 2d10 plus 3 damage.
Nice.
For a total of 19 points.
Oh god.
Oh god. So what's it look like when you remove this guy from the situation?
So
Yeah, you
since
scrape
it's only
scrape
force
off the goddamn
damage,
wall.
Since it's only force damage, you see a cyan blue flame hurl towards him and just knock him on his backside. Now, is he dead? Because that's very important to know.
So the way that I usually do things is
Yeah.
that you can let me know whether or not people make death saving throws or not.
I'd like him to be dead because then well, there's no point. I just I was about to say I do get health points back.
You haven't lost any.
Yeah.
I know, but I get temporary hit points depending on if I kill someone or not.
I think they're just straight hit
It's the
points.
principle is the thing.
Yeah, it's the principle of whether or not
The
I want someone
principle.
dead at this point. Yeah, it's the principle. I want to kill him.
Okay. Your cyan blue flame impacts him, cracking his neck in a really odd fashion, and he slumps to the ground in front of Sir Gwydolin.
Great. So yeah, I need to double check to see if that's temporary hit points or just hit points in general.
Okay. And is there anything else on your turn?
No, nothing else.
Okay. Glimmer, you just saw Eidolon murder a man. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. That doesn't bother me too much. Oh, you can put a little red X over him. That's nice.
Yeah.
He did.
So there's both guys. So White Skills is prone, and one of the guys who's fighting is prone.
Yeah, he tried to give him the
Okay,
people's
still
elbow
up.
and didn't recover.
Okay, I'll turn around towards White Scales. I'll say over my shoulder to the guy I've charmed, "Hey, friend, do you want to try again? Be a little more convincing this time before you lose more guys?" And
Oh yeah, got it.
I'll try another Dissonant Whispers at, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I have to step forward 5 feet. Oh no! But I'm gonna try it at the guy who's standing. It's another Wisdom save, please. Stop it! Stop doing this!
I cannot control the way that the dice roll.
Okay, it doesn't work. That's all my spell slots. Thanks, guys. Cool. All right.
You got cantrips.
Yep.
Anything else, Glimmer?
I will sit on the ground and cry. No, I'm fine. I'm just getting more and more annoyed.
Okay. Sir Gwydolin, it's your turn.
Sir Gwydion is going to kind of wipe the blood off their shirt. It's kind of still seeping, and give a dirty look at the dead man now that is before them and say, "Shouldn't have fucked with my shirt." So Charm Person's very interesting now. My idiot isn't as meta-knowledgeable as I am, so what Gwydion is going to do is he's going to probably move over to this fine gentleman over here and try and put him in a grapple hold. I think.
Okay,
I'm not sure if that'll break.
that'll probably break it.
I'm not
Okay.
certain.
It will break it, but I forgot to roll his check to try and call off the people, and I just did that at advantage because you killed one of them. So he's gonna call out to the rest of the hallway. Hey, Big League, I really don't think that we should be messing with these guys. That armory-looking guy just cracked Enormous Edward's neck. I think we should probably scram. And then it's not worth it. Then Gwendolyn gets in the headlock.
It's great.
So
Okay,
roll your athletics
I'll get
check.
him in a headlock. Yeah, which will break the charm. Perfect, excellent. I'm going to attempt to persuade him to take the body with them as they leave.
So wait, are you doing the headlock or not?
I think I'm going to
Do the
do.
headlock.
I'm not going to do. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Do you want me to roll?
Yes, please roll your headlock check. Athletics check.
I rolled a
Oh,
19. That's with
nice.
strength or athletics.
It's athletics.
Oh, okay, then 24.
Yep. You get him into a headlock. as he's telling his friends to leave. He's no longer charmed, but he's still convinced that he should get the hell out of there. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'll just whisper, make sure you bring your friend Edward here with you as you go.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, it is White Scale's turn.
So I'm obviously going to stand up, which means I have half my movement speed now, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
default.
Yeah, okay. That's I was trying to remember if it cost me that or if it cost me my action, but I'm gonna stand up and then rage. The way this kind of manifests is the like soft nature kind of hardens once again to that predator-esque staring at the man on the ground in front of me. And I'll bring my axe over and this time with the blade try to hit him on the ground. That's with advantage, right?
Yes, because he's prone.
Yeah, okay.
That'll hit.
That's a 20. Yep. Cool. Then it'll be 14 damage.
14 damage. You take off his left ear completely with your battle axe, and he clutches it to his head and starts shouting bloody murder. Anything else on your turn, White Scales?
I'll kind of let out a low growl and then turn to the one behind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the big league's turn. This guy that you just cut his ear off is going to shakily stand up and hightail it away from you as fast as he can. You may take an opportunity attack if you'd like.
Yes, I will. There we are.
That'll hit.
Okay. 13.
How do you want to remove him from the situation?
As he turns, with my back facing him, I'll kind of swing my axe out and bring the blade of it right into his stomach.
Oh God.
And maintain eye contact with the one in front of me, baby.
He doubles over and plumps to the ground. This one begins to hightail it down the hallway away from you. Gwendolyn, the one that's in the headlock is struggling against your arms. Do you want to let him go?
Oh no, he has to break my hold.
Yeah, I'm asking if you want to let him go.
No, he has to try to break it.
Oh my God.
If you'll try
We're
to
now
do that,
2,000 gold in debt to this.
rate your athletics check.
Athletics, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I think
What's that plus now?
12.
12? Yeah, you maintain the hold as he brings both of his arms up against your arm and tries to get his head out from underneath your shoulder. The blood from the body next to him begins to pool at his feet. Ashrin, it is your turn, but as you begin to act, you can see a person in full plate armor comes around the corner from the direction of this guy here. He's covered in insignias of the Singing Crows, and being people who have worked in this organization for at least one job, you recognize this guy as an adjuster. He is a high-ranking member of the Crows. He is also in debt, but enforces rules down to other members of the organization. He's kind of like a special enforcer to make sure shit like this doesn't happen. And he calls out to you and says, "What the hell is going on here?"
Okay, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, enforcer, I'm so these terrible gentlemen ganged on us, and we were forced to defend ourselves. Isn't that right?" And I'm gonna like gesture towards the guy we charmed to like come over and explain what happened.
He's
not
not
even
charmed
live.
anymore. He's not charmed anymore.
Since shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Guys, we're doing
I'll
great.
swing
We're
the
doing
guy
excellent so
around.
far.
The other
1
side.
hour into session 1, we're doing amazing.
When did he get uncharmed? I'm sorry.
When Sir Gwendolyn, I put him into a headlock.
Okay, I guess that would do it, huh?
Yeah.
Would.
Well, this is not less of a persuasion check and more of an intimidate against this man. And now I'm intimidating him to lie for us to the adjuster.
Please roll your intimidation check.
I sure will. Yaha! That is 21.
Cool,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yes.
The guy struggling in Gwendolyn's arms calls out, "Yep. It's our fault. We accosted them and it attacked them first. That's why those two guys are dead, and we don't want any more trouble." The adjuster makes a quick insight check just to see what he notices. He moves over to one of the dead bodies that are doubled over and kind of kicks at it with his boot. He says, "Destroying company property. I'll let you off with a warning. The first
thank you, sir. I mean, we're
The
new. We
first
don't really know.
and the last warning you will ever receive. Am I clear?
Oh, of course.
Get him out of the headlock. You two bring him down to the cemetery." He grabs the big leaguers who are running away and forces them to carry their friends down the hall and away from the situation. That got dark.
Well, I think we handled that very well.
I want to like approach. What's the name of this guy who was the leader again?
Huge Humphrey.
Bringo
huge-
Scrumbus.
Gringo Scrumbus. I'm gonna approach Bingo Gringo, and I'm going to. Damn it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna approach him and like sort of put my hand on his shoulder and say quietly into his ear, like, if this happens again, I may suggest to the adjusters that the debts of whoever you get killed get transferred to you. So maybe lay off.
He just looks at you with fear in his eyes and says nothing to this as he carries his friend down the hallway.
I'll give him like a little and like a wink. I'll keep going.
Brutal.
DM.
Yes.
By chance, could you remind me what the one that escaped me? That one. What his name was?
His name was Bongo.
No, that was Bingo Gringo.
That was Bingo Gringo.
That guy was Tall
Pay
Terry.
attention.
Tall Terry.
Yeah, Tall Terry.
Thank you.
Gwendolyn, as you release Huge Humphrey from your headlock, you see a booklet sort of fall out of his pocket and onto the ground as he's walking down the hallway and talking to Glimmer.
Oh, I'll yoink that immediately. Yeah.
It is a small, like, paperback pamphlet. On the front of it, it has a symbol of like a red palm print at the front, and in like black letters underneath it is written a manifesto of the red palm.
Okay. What do I know? Does this sound familiar to me? Probably not.
You can roll a history check quick.
I would love to roll a history check. Okay. 1.
A 1. Red palm, you think that people get that if they spend a little bit too much time alone in their bunk.
Ha ha
Yeah.
ha.
Oh.
I'm gonna stick this around thinking this is definitely some fantastic.
You know, like
Uh,
eating jam out of the jar underneath their bunk.
Yeah,
you know?
just with their hands.
Uh-huh.
So,
Bunks.
I'll
I-
save it for some late night reading.
I probably saw this. So I'm
Sure.
going to resheath my my rapier and walk up to Gwydion and ask, what did they find?
Oh, I found some. It looks like some smut.
You know, having existed for quite a while, Eidolon doesn't actually know what smut is. He just kind of
Gwydion
heard
doesn't
of
either.
it. He doesn't
So
have desires like that, so he wants a little bit of understanding and asks if he can see this smut.
Fellas, it's time to teach the robot about sex.
Oh no.
Episode 1,
This campaign is
baby!
real.
Yeah,
We
no.
made it an hour into the session!
He's
Hey,
very
an hour and
good
12
at
minutes,
keeping
man, an hour and 12 minutes.
Eidolon. Yes, I'll show the Red Palm book to Eidolon. And I was gonna flip through it. Looks like it's just someone's like fanfic or something. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
kind of like handwritten inside.
Yes,
tightly made writing to fit like a lot of text in the pages. It seems to be written from like a grade school level. It's meant to be read by like common people. There's not a lot of frilly words in it. And it has a bunch of passages and then illustrations of like battle formations and things like that.
And it's in common?
It's in common.
I would like to do a history check on the red palm you said.
The red palm, yes.
All right, that is just gonna be a 17.
17. You search your memory and you initially go really far back to try and like go to the back of like your archive to understand what this could mean. But then you remember that this is actually something that's a little bit more recent. And you remember like just having drinks or like in the communal spaces of the guild hall not too long ago. You heard some people talking about it as like a self-help program / empowerment movement for soldiers.
Okay. I am definitely going to relay that information to Gwydion, just saying, well, I'm not really necessarily in need of this. I've been quite confident for years in my abilities, but you know, flip through it. You might
help me with my abilities then.
nothing.
You
Just
recommend
Fuck shit!
and Nico used the one F-bomb.
Nico, you stop! You stop! One me stop!
That for this
Do we each get one or get one
and
across all
Wednesday's
of us?
episode. Nico. Vote to kick Nico.
Nico, you've done it.
So, I'm just gonna hand this saying, you might find this useful eventually. Just give it a good glance over.
I'm gonna look at this with a renewed vigor. Eidolon, thank you.
Okay, is there anything else for this scene?
I would just probably say we should probably find hire a carriage or wagon or something to take us to the city north.
Yes, I do think we should get out of here as soon as possible while everyone's still tolerated what just happened before they change their mind.
Can we take a rest first? You know, stock up for the journey before we go. I'm a little spent.
I don't know, do we have...
Well, I would
I
like
think-
to do this within 3 days. If some of us wants to take a break, some of us can go out and buy horses for everybody, perhaps.
Do we have the coin for that?
You have what's on your character sheet. You probably don't. Horses cost about 50 per.
Yeah. Nope.
What about horse
I have
rental?
5.
Like rent a car, except rent a horse.
What about
the donkey?
Donkeys are 25, I think.
I think we should walk.
I guess we're gonna
Walking-
walk.
Yeah, let's find a
Awesome.
merchant Let's find a merchant caravan and then be like, hey, do you need guards? and we're the guards, and we're also getting paid for delivery. That's how we do double business.
They're gonna see
Again-
your
That's how we
collars
do it
and
in
be
the
like, "That's just gonna
That's how
go
we do it
straight."
in the free cities.
Jake, are you prepared to do that?
Do what?
That's
Do
my,
that for
my
us?
joke plan.
Yes, actually. Spoilers though. The gang heads
Okay.
out of the Singing
Okay, as long
Crows
as they're not pushing you into a corner.
No.
Okay.
I am pretty good at improv. The
Push
gang
Jake.
heads out of the Singing Crows complex and into the streets of Southport. The guild hall is built on the border between the wealthy district and the poorer housing area, like a meeting point between the wealthy so that they can hand their dirty work down to the poorer folks that have to survive by swinging their swords. Merchants line the streets selling odds and ends from the port or scavenge artifacts of the old city gathered by scavengers. The city gates, as you approach them on your way out of the city, are crowded. Many guards are blocking the way in formation, preventing traders and travelers from coming in just willy-nilly. You see some men and women in solemn black robes and white masks prying people's mouths open with black leather gloves, checking all on the inside of their mouths, looking for signs of the plague. They have a giant insignia on their back of a sun with spirally rays. These are children of Heliodor. They are a new monotheistic sect that is gaining some following in the cities, and they've recently claimed their fame by reacting to the plague, and people know to call on them if they have any issues with the plague. Anything to do on your way out of the city?
I have a lore question. Is the plague still like a problem?
It is a huge problem, and that's why the
Is
war
it-
stopped.
Oh, so it's still ongoing 100 years later.
The plague showed up about 30 years ago.
Okay. I had the wrong one.
What is it called?
Yeah, it might have changed it.
The
Uh,
coronavirus.
People just call it the Black Plague.
No!
People just call it the Plague of Madness.
Okay.
It is the coronavirus.
No, thanks.
It is not the. It is definitely not.
Topical. Topical bits.
There's no coughing involved. All you do is vomit up black goo.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, I did that before coronavirus. Okay. So, do we have a plan? Just want to look for
my
some
Wednesday
merchants?
night.
Yeah. My aim's
Um,
getting better.
I would have liked before leaving. I don't have to roleplay this or anything, but I would have liked to have taken out my 15 gold from my previous rat-filled adventure and bought some rations for our journey to Graceport or whatever the other place is. St. Gertrude. Okay.
How much are we getting offered for this job?
125
It's 25 each.
split amongst all
Okay.
of you. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, not each.
No, it was 125 total, so that would be 25 each.
Okay.
But if we'd finish it within 3 days, they'll give us a bonus.
Okay. I'll just I'll say to you, Sir Gwydion, I hope you know that you're putting yourself you're only gaining 10 gold from this if you spend that money on food. Because that 25 will go
I'm
towards
not quite sure if you've noticed, Glimmer. I'm used to a very certain style of life.
Okay.
I'm very, very committed to the Singing Crows and the entire endeavor that I will probably be having lifelong with them.
So you're so committed that you're willing to just keep yourself in debt forever. Okay.
As long as I'm
that's
yes.
That's all right. That's one way you can do it.
I mean, do you want some food? I can buy some with my.
I will be fine. Thank you.
As you are on the front gates, Ashrin, you look for any merchants heading out, but you think you've missed the boat. They all left a little bit earlier. there doesn't seem to be any merchant caravans around looking for any guards here in the city.
What time of day is it?
It is currently like noon.
Okay.
They would have gotten like an early start.
And we have a general understanding of how to get to St. Gertrude?
Yeah, you follow the road north.
Yep.
You can't miss it.
Don't need a map for that.
You would
go
have a
ahead,
map. You would have a map not unlike the one that I have in the. Let's switch to that map actually, so we can look at it. You would have a map not unlike this in your pack of just like the regional area.
Mm-hmm.
While we're doing various errands, I would love to just preemptively start scouting for like the most gullible looking merchant, like the least savvy. If there's any kind of like guy who looks like he's having a hard time with the horses and doesn't know what he's doing, and maybe has less shrewd and not really gonna know that the crows are. I just kind of like to be scouting for vibes, and seeing if there's any good looking marks.
Make an insight check.
Hell yeah. That's 21.
Okay. You do see a orcish man, tall, heavy-browed. He's at a market stall selling apples and various other fruits. You can hear some like things going on in the back, but the reason he stands out as a good mark is that every time he sells an apple, he has to consult like a little piece of paper before he tells the price, even though he's telling the same price over and over again. So he doesn't seem like the brightest tool in the shed.
Cool. Yeah, so I would like, if anyone else wants to do anything else before we approach him, like, okay.
I'll be like shadowing you at a distance just because I'm curious what you're doing, but I'm not doing anything specific.
I'll be like,
I will.
like,
I will be right behind you all the way.
okay. I guess I'll be like, okay, so Ashron's kind of just looking through the crowd and kind of looking things out and notices this guy kind of checking his cheat sheet and be like, look at him. He doesn't even know how much apples costs. I think he might not know what crows are either. Let's see if he's headed to St. Gertrude. Let's go.
So you're heading up to talk to him?
I sure would. Love to do that.
Apples!
I will be heading behind them.
Apples!
Get this Eidolon! Get got apples. Have you ever had one of these things? Have you ever had one of these things? They're wonderful.
Folks, you heard of this?
Excuse me, sir.
I do not.
How much are the apples? Would you? Well, we can try. How much are the apples, sir?
2.
Excellent, excellent. 2 of what, my good sir?
They're like 2 of the orange ones.
Okay. I have 5 starting gold. I'd love to assume I had some coppers, and I'd love to pay him 2 orange ones for an apple. Yeah. Okay. I got changed before the mission, and I'd be like, oh, thank you, Eidolon, take this, and I would just love to shove it in your zone. I don't know if you don't have a mouth, do you?
No, what happens is that I have a helm, and you're just kind of shoving it into like the grate of the helm, and it's just
put it in the grate, and he plays a little song.
Yeah, it's a little applesauce comes out.
You could actually just kind of like lift the helm and kind of like shove it in there, and it's just kind of like stuck in the helm.
I feed you baby food like they do to RoboCop. Anyway, I was just like, oh, I'm sure
you can see that he's got the copper that you just given him in the hand. He takes one coin and he puts it on a circle on the table, and then he takes the other coin and puts it on the other circle. Both circles are filled, so then he puts it into a drawer. That's how he.
So he just left it out on the table. Oh, okay. For him.
He's got like a diagram that he puts the coins on so that he can make sure he's got the right amount. He can't count to 2.
He's making it work.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, excellent. What a wonderful quality produce, my good sir. Now, I have to wonder, as a merchant, would you happen to be headed towards St. Gertrude? We are looking to travel in the company of some folks.
No. I don't think so. Hey, Ma, are we heading to St. Gertrude? And a gnome steps out from behind, like the market stall in the back where you heard the noises from before. She's got curly silver hair and like big Coke bottle glasses. And she says, "What? St. Gertrude? No, we're not going to St. Gertrude."
Oh, that's terrible. Do you happen to know anyone who is? Sorry, if you want to jump in.
No, go ahead. I'm just standing there silently.
Well,
The apple's falling out. She'll be like, oh,
Apple,
well, we were
apple's still
looking
in
for
my
some
house.
we were looking
looking
for some
for some what?
trustworthy merchants to travel with, and we were towards St. Gertrude, and I was just scouting it out. If you know anyone that you'd like to reference us towards, that'd be wonderful.
They all tend to leave in the morning, is the thing. And I suppose what time is it right now, dearie?
It's noon. Correct?
Yes, it's noon.
Correct.
Okay. I thought, yes. It's noon because I
well,
say it's noon.
Wait, if you head out on the North Road, post haste, you might run into one pretty quickly, but I don't think anyone else will be going at this hour.
All right, let's
You
start
make
running.
a very good point. You're very wise. Thank you so much. We will head out immediately. Wonderful
Do you need
produce. I'll be
any more
back.
apples for the road?
Sure. I'll get everyone treats. Except for Eidolon, because he already got one.
So I kind of take the apple and I slam down my helm so it cuts nicely in half. And you just kind of hear the chunk fall inside my armor. And he kind of gives the other half back to you.
I'll take it, and I'll buy 3 more.
Is this gonna just be half an apple rotting inside of your helmet now?
It was
smell
probably
bad like 2
consumed.
days.
It's probably consumed by like the small. It's probably been burning by the small flame that's inside my helm.
Oh, okay,
That's
cool.
flickering.
Oh,
There's a
apples,
there's a
nice.
smoky apple smell wandering around the market.
Your house
Apple
starts
smoke
smoking and it
bacon
smells
from
like,
Applebee.
it smells like apple pie.
Okay. I would like to relay that, and if anyone else has a plan, otherwise, like, I think it might be a good idea just to head out.
I think post haste.
bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
So
get this apple.
the group gets their apples from their orc friend and head out of the north gates of St. Gertrude along the road, past the city gates and up north towards St. Gertrude. And we're going to take a quick 15-minute break just to use the bathroom, get something to snack on, get more water. We'll be back at 7:45 to continue the story.
Bye, guys.
Good work, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Leave the Singing Crows complex and ran into the Big League, which is a group of newbie crushers that were trying to take their job away from them. They promptly murdered 2 and got a verbal warning from one of the adjusters. The gang went out into the city of Southport, tried to convince a below average intelligence orc to head to St. Gertrude with them, and it did not work because his mama was watching. We join the crew as they set out onto the road towards St. Gertrude over the low plains of Dunmarch towards the woods in the center of the nation. The travel is easygoing along a pretty well-maintained road. As they walk, they follow wagon ruts heading north, hoping to find a merchant caravan that they can join on with and maybe protect in order to make some extra scratch. In over their 6 to 8 hours of traveling, they don't find any, however, and the setting sun signals them that it is time to begin looking for a camp. They find a nice clearing just off to the side of the road in the forest. There's some ruined walls that run between the trees that would provide some light protection should they be ambushed in the night. Ample firewood to make a cooking fire with. As the sun sets, they notice the moons beginning to rise over the horizon, the 4 moons of this world. The three of them are present during the summertime. The red, green, and yellow moons hang in the sky, casting eerie orangish and lime lights as their colors collide off of each other on the surface of the world. Your campfire crackles and burns as you ready your dinner for the night. Singing Crow's rations, standard issue, is rice and beans, no salt, no seasoning to speak of. But Gwendolyn, you had bought some rations with your share of the money.
Indeed, I did.
What were those?
Oh man, only the finest of jerkies that I have chosen to soften in a wineskin of a very, very red, cheap wine. It's very, very tough jerky, but it's so much better than that bean mash I've been eating for nothing but 3 days straight.
And are you sharing with any of your compatriots?
The wine or the jerky?
Either.
I do believe I probably would ask around, walk around the camp, probably waltz around the fire a bit, and pass it off to Ashlyn. You seem like such a fine spirited. I don't know. You don't seem like the singing crows kind of type. I'll pass the wineskin to them. However, did you ever?
Sorry.
However, did you get into this whole bondage situation that we're in with the singing crows?
You broke up for a second. Was that to me?
Yes.
Okay. I just feel like, oh, well, I'm from the free cities of Dunmarch, as I've told you all, and as someone who works in the courts and with the merchants, sometimes you put your trust in someone and they don't follow through, and you find yourself in a situation like this. How about you, Eidolon? You don't seem like anyone I've ever met before.
Well, that's thanks.
I had a fine profession of bounty hunting. After the war came up and disbanded, you find a lot of criminals, petty thieves, war criminals. I was chasing after a war criminal, quite famous. I had finally tracked him down to a warehouse and had him pinned. Unfortunately, I made too much noise and he started fleeing. In an attempt to capture him, I threw one of my daggers that I enchanted with flame at him, and it hit a barrel of something explosive. Regardless, to say that the town council was not very happy of me destroying the granary, the distillery, and partially of their favorite tavern.
Oh, not the distillery too.
Yes. So unfortunately, it seems that they asked me to pay up something that I do not have much coin, since I do not require many luxuries or needs of you mortals. So I just had no choice but to go with and submit to the singing crows.
And he got away.
That or he died. I don't know. He was kind of going into the warehouse as I threw the dagger, and it kind of exploded. I'm assuming my bounty was caught, but the damages were too much, and I was caught up in the riotous crowd that was quickly approaching me.
Right. Usually bounties require having like the head at the very least, and you probably had nothing.
Yeah, something more than the charred remains. Because those could be anyone's, and they're just gotta be fair.
Exactly. So, a bounty gone wrong is how I ended up in this situation. How about you, White Scales?
Oh, me.
Pass the wine to White Scales.
Thank you. I'm not paying off the bounty for myself. I'm here in service to my master. And you see him kind of like look down and fiddle his hands, kind of playing around. Do any of you know of the Gilded Cage?
Is it a brothel?
No, but I can certainly say I've met some folks who acted like they were in one.
They probably were. It's a group of merchants. They participate in underground fighting rings. That's how I got in here. And he'll kind of take a sip and then hand it over to Glimmer.
Glimmer like looks at the wine and squints at it, and for a second you feel like he's going to take it, but then he doesn't, and he sort of like nods to the next person. And he's also has not eaten any of the wine soaked jerky. He's eaten
nomming away on that.
But he looks at you and he says, "Do you mean to make it my turn?"
Yes, that's kind of what we were implying.
My story is boring. I won't put you to sleep with it.
I don't follow.
You could give us an overview, such as what I did.
It's not important, trust me.
Debts of high value are usually very important. If you're traveling with us, we would like to at least know why you are here.
It's very simple, you know. There was a moneylender. I took 1,000 from him and could not pay it back, so he sold me to the Singing Crows. That's all I think you need to know.
Yeah, luck tends to be like that sometimes. Nobody's gonna ask me why I'm here. Really? Okay, that's fine. A little bit dejected, a little bit.
I'm
gonna take the wine from Glimmer and hand it back to you and say, "So, Gwydion, why are you here?"
Oh, it's
your
a
turn
really
on Rory's couch.
Story, Ashlyn. I'm so happy that you asked me. It happens actually to be about an inheritance and a very, very fine, rare, pure breed of horse that unfortunately died in a mishandling accident. But I am so looking forward to my life here with you guys, and man, am I so happy to be with such capable people like you guys.
You know, you don't have to flatter me. I would not describe myself as capable in the scuffle we had, but...
You're not? Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Did you see? I couldn't even get through the thick skulls of those, idiots.
But you can blow fire from your hands. You handled those rats. I mean, you did get swarmed. But
Oh,
did you
yes, so I can handle rats. That's good.
There were fucking rats all over my lance, and I had my sword in the other hand, and it's like I can only hit one of them, but there's too many of them. Like, what am I supposed to do? You've got fire. You're still capable, Glimmer.
Okay.
Glimmer, I've got the feeling that what you shared with us was maybe not the whole story, but as you said, it's not that important, and I would just like to reiterate this small piece of knowledge that people who tend to call themselves and their problems unimportant will that into history itself. Don't call yourself unimportant, or you will be.
Yes, you should do like me and say you're very important all the time.
People love that.
Okay, new mom and dad. Thank you.
I do have to disagree with your sentiment. I do feel that there are those that are unimportant.
Okay.
All I'm saying, calling yourself unimportant makes yourself unimportant.
I have seen throughout the many years that those who call themselves important turn out to be nothing than a shadow of their former selves and end up being nothing.
I suppose.
I think that's an insult, but I like you, Eidolon.
Well, the philosophy lesson is very interesting. But Eidolon, I am curious. Sorry if this is rude. How you work? What is? Do you have a? I would like bang. I'll like clang on your helmet, like clang, 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 clang. Is there like a?
Can we get a little bit of Foley? Can we get a little bit of Foley?
I don't
So,
have anything to do that with. Here's the closest I can get. There we go. Thanks, everybody.
That's kind of how it does sound. As you kind of do that, you do it for like 2 knocks before his tendrils of thin spell scrolls wraps around your arms and goes, "I'd appreciate you if you didn't wrap on my armor." And then he kind of positions himself and opens up his helm, and if you all can like swarm him just if you're very curious, and you see that within
There's
his
a
helm,
shriveled apple half in there.
as you get closer, it does smell like baking apples. Cool. That's probably still there. But you see that there's a small flame, best described as those who haven't. If you've seen Soul Eater, then you kind of know what a soul looks like, and it's about that shape. And you see that these 2 dotting eyes kind of peer at you, and they're kind of like cartoonish eyes, but they kind of have this like mean demeanor, like they're kind of like serious.
Is
But
this just an emoji? Is that what you're telling me?
it's basically an emoji without a mouth.
Hold on, I'm drawing it.
Is it lit by the
Good
flame?
diagram.
Or the flame
Yes,
is your eye?
it is flaming like a cyan blue flame. It's it's electric cyan blue, and basically he starts to explain. Unlike how most of you were born, I was constructed hundreds of years ago. I have partially forgotten how many years I have existed, but I was brought into service as the time of the conflict began. My creator, a great dwarven wizard, created me for his own personal protection and safety. He also used me as as a courier, I forget what it's called when a scientist sort of has that personal assistant. It's used in Around the World in 80 Days, like Passepartout was.
Valet.
Valet, yes. I was like personal valet to him.
And Igor.
And, yes.
Quinn, I was just going to say
Okay.
that, but I didn't want to ruin it.
Too slow! Let it go!
So I was constructed using a method of armor, scrolls, and a little spark of magic. And that is what keeps me running to this day. After my creator died, I was left without instruction. You know, the final words that he left me as kind of his final death rattle was, "Do great things." However, I do not know what is truly great, or what he even meant by that, so I found myself doing what I do best, guardian for hire, mercenary, kind of eased into the sense of becoming a bounty hunter once the war was over and criminals were being searched for all over. And so throughout the hundreds of years I've been here, and I'm not quite sure what to make of existence, but I'm doing the best that I think I can.
I think I know a great thing that you can do.
And what would that be?
Have you ever tried to juggle apples?
Okay, I'm gonna try and juggle apples. Can I roll for
Woo!
performance?
Yeah, you can roll a performance based on dexterity.
Dexterity. Actually, my dexterity? Okay. So... 6.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's not a I will say beforehand that it's not a task that I've been asked to do, but I will attempt to do it having seen performers do it before.
I like to imagine that you throw one of the apples like 90 feet into the air.
You
Yeah.
throw them all in the air at once and just like, look, they're all in the air.
You do one. They land on the ground on your feet. One bounces off of your helmet and rolls off your body and onto the floor.
Well, that's
he
not
has to-
juggling.
Yeah, he's gonna go. It was an attempt.
That's
I
not,
cannot say.
That's not juggling Eidolon, but it's a great routine. Maybe we could become like a traveling circus or something.
I'm much better in my sword work than I am.
So, but you didn't have like a childhood. You didn't. What is? I don't know. What is it like being a bunch of metal?
Existence is mysterious. That's what
I will
come
agree
to
with you
learn.
there.
How I define as existence, I suppose, is how you define yourself as existence. But that, of course, is a deep question for the cosmos and for the gods, if they are still listening.
Oh, we've known ourselves for only a few days and we're already getting philosophical. This is good.
And what better question to ask than who else believes in the gods here in this party of ours?
Are you a
I think
priest?
it's a little malarkey. They're all dead, they're gone, they've abandoned us here, and we can do whatever the heck we want on this fine planet of ours.
Epic.
I'm trying to roleplay, but all I can also do is tip my fedora to you. I don't really bother with questions that don't have clear-cut answers. Are they here? Are they gone? Who knows? Doesn't affect me.
Oh, I can answer that. Most is gone.
Anybody else for the gods are dead train?
I mean, does it really matter to like the day-to-day?
Well, it matters because I kind of want to know, but...
Well, I imagine if we worship them, that means they're still here, right?
Spit out wine.
All right, well...
And the awkward silence falls.
The awkward silence. Yeah, it's real.
I'm
The
gonna
third
call
apple
one
lands.
on the first...
Yeah.
Got it. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Wait, I missed it. What happened?
Whoever wants to
After all
I-
of that conversation, the third apple finally lands in the middle of our silence.
Well, thanks for keeping it light, folks. I'm going to head to bed, and I turn over in my bedroll.
I will say to everyone that you do not have to worry about keeping watch, as I will do all the watching for you.
Oh, we are going to experience so much glory together, Eidolon. We're going to make sure you are the best suit of armor you absolutely possibly can be for your creator.
Are you just going to be like staring at me while I sleep?
Yes. That is how I function during my Sentinel's rest.
Okay. All right.
If it bothers you, I can try and take a more natural pose. So he kind of steps at attention and draws his rapier, doing a little bit flourish, and holds it up in sort of the on guard stance, and just stops moving. And you see like the light in his helmet dim a lot.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you just did there, but I trust you, I guess.
I have no idea either, but it's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's okay.
if it makes any of you feel better, I'll probably be up for a while as well.
One after the other, the group finds their way to bed. Their bellies full of wine jerky and beans and rice.
Yum.
Yum. The dinner of champions. They are treated to a calm early summer night. Eidolon, when you are taking your sentinel's rest, you see some infected animals in the forest every once in a while, but they don't really come close to you or bother you throughout the night. And we're greeted by the morning sun not too long afterwards, the group slowly rousing and preparing their breakfast of coffee jerky and other such accoutrements before heading back out onto the road. Is there anything you'd like to do in the morning before setting out again?
I would probably do some light exercising and stretches before moving on. But other than that, I would not take any other actions.
Anybody else?
Sir Gwydion has definitely overslept and will continue to keep sleeping in their bedroll until somebody wakes them up.
Oh no.
As people kind of do their normal morning routine, have breakfast, all of that, Eidolon is just going to practice flourishes with his rapier, and also kind of learning, just kind of focusing on pinpoint attacks and training himself as a morning routine.
I think Ashrin probably takes it a little slow, but does notice that Gwydion is definitely still asleep and is just sighs very loudly on purpose so everyone can hear, and is going to kind of do a somatic gesture to do prestidigitation of a rooster crowing right next to his ear.
No, I'm awake.
Mhm.
Is there a chicken anywhere in front of me?
No. It doesn't
No.
even smell like chicken.
That probably wakes me up too, and I probably
Mhm.
bolt awake. And if you're focusing on Sir Gwydion for a little bit, you turn over to me, and I'm sat straight up, and I've got a little blue fire crackling in both my hands, like I'm about to cast something. And then I look around, and I sort of realize everything's okay, and it goes out.
Cool. Well, I'm glad for these two very normal wake-ups, but I would love to continue and try to finish this quest within 3 days so we can get as much gold as possible and be finished with our business. Are we done with all our stretches, lads?
I don't stretch.
Well, I was talking to the two that were stretching.
Oh.
And I look over to
Pay attention,
to them,
Glimmer.
and so with what muscles?
Whatever little exercise you're doing, guys. Mental stretches? I don't know. I'm adjusting. I'm working on it, Eidolon. It's a new thing.
Eventually, the crew begins their journey, prepped and trained for the day. As they continue on the road, the wagon wheel ruts that you've been following continue. You notice that a few of them pull ahead of another one that becomes on its own. And as you continue on through the forest, you hear a distant cry coming out from the woods up north of you and into the east, slightly off the road, and it's just a slight "Whoa!" And then there's no other sound.
Does it sound like a person or like an animal?
It was definitely a person's cry.
Okay.
It sounded like the word help, but very distant.
Can I make a perception roll?
What are you looking for?
I'm listening, because are we in the plains or are we in a wooded area?
You're in the woods.
Yeah, okay. Then I want to kind of listen and kind of peer out for any movement or any additional like the sound of someone moving through the woods or branches cracking, that kind of thing.
You hear, after the cry for help, you hear like a thudding sound of like something hitting wood, maybe? It's hard to tell at this distance.
Okay. I got a 22. Would I be able to tell what direction that came from?
It's up ahead on the road and into the woods to the east a little bit. You
Okay.
ping it at about like 300, 400 feet away.
Okay. I'll relay that information back to them. I don't know what that noise was, but it's up ahead. I think it might be worth investigating in case it could cause troubles for us down the road.
Well, it's on the way anyway. I think we should.
Is that what you do? You're heading up, keeping a listen out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep
We're
my like
stealthing.
kind of my ears and eyes open.
Are you stealthing?
Me?
Or anyone?
I
would
could try.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
also do that.
I will
Yeah.
attempt to stealth.
Okay, so just all roll a stealth check for me, please.
We're attempting to be stealthy.
Listen here, Jack.
Okay. Wait, no, I have to do
Jack.
disadvantage. Oh, that's even better. Okay. Mhm.
Sorry.
Is that all of them? I think it is.
Yeah. I have no mod.
So the three of you hunker down, not the three of you, the five of you. I deleted two of you for some reason. The five of you continue down the road, hunkered down, trying as best as possible to not make any noise. The armor that Gwydion is wearing kind of ruins that effect, but if no one's looking out for you, maybe you're pretty okay. You continue down the road, and you can see that those wagon ruts that you've been following for the last 2 days, a set of them veers suddenly off and into the woods. There's some other prints and activity in the mud here, just on the road, and then you can see some trampled down weeds into the forest.
Well, this is ominous.
I mean,
I'd
we
like
should
to
be-
draw my wand.
Yes, we should all be ready.
I'll stand at the front and I'll take a vote. If you guys are so scared about whatever these tracks mean, we still have to head off to our destination. Unless
if possible, I'd like to make a survival check to see what made these tracks.
Sure. So also just try to describe what you want to do, and then I'll tell you what to roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes I don't even bother asking for a roll or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of want to inspect the grass and the trampled location to look for any tracks or get a feel for if it's people or a cart or something like that that kind of made the prints themselves.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll your choice of an investigation or a survival check.
It will definitely be survival. It's a 7.
oh no.
The most you can tell is that there are boot prints. The cart was being pulled by a team of horses, and then there's some boot prints around, and then the cart veers off to the right.
Can I get a feel for how many boot prints?
Not with that roll.
Okay. All right.
There are definitely people.
Whoa.
Yes, I think that's safe to assume.
Is there a village around here or a town?
No.
Well, from the time we're making, I would say it doesn't look like we're going to be there in 3 days and back. So, I say we stop here and see if we can get anything out of it. Maybe someone needs some help. Maybe they have some coin. Who's to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the
I mean,
tracks
we-
moving?
Say again?
We could find some bounties for sure. Absolutely.
Let's hurry up then. Let's go.
Let's go. We go.
So you're heading down the forest pathway.
Yeah. And we've got our
Please
spells
give
and
me-
weapons ready.
Okay, please give me your marching order here, and we're going to continue using that stealth roll from before.
I
I
will
would-
stand point unless White Scales would like to lead as the person.
I would prefer to be in front this time.
Can we call the furthest right the front then?
Yeah, the furthest left is the front.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps I'll
Okay,
take
I don't
up
wanna-
the tail end then.
I would love to go in the middle because I'm little.
Okay, I'll move one back.
I mean, I don't care. It's fine. Perfect. I love it.
That seems good.
That's your position as you begin walking into the woods. You follow the wagon trails. It's pretty obvious. It's very recent into the woods around some corners, and you can see up ahead a small clearing. Just for fun, Gwydion and White Scales, roll your stealth checks again.
All right.
Oh boy. Okay. Where's disadvantage?
16.
You rolled a 16.
Yeah.
Oh man, that natural 20 would have been great if I wasn't rolling at disadvantage. I got a 9.
That's gonna do it, though. So you do manage to sneak up onto the scene without being spotted, carried from your check earlier. You can see in front of you a scene beginning to unfold. There are a few people around a what looks like a sacked merchant caravan. They have tied the team of horses to a tree at the north side of the clearing. Anything outside that green line is dense forest, so it's difficult terrain and lightly obscured, so you have a disadvantage on perception checks there. And you can see one man leaning over a halfling with an eye patch, and his arms are tied behind him around his back left wagon wheel, and he's got a gag in his mouth, and the man seems to be like holding up things up to him and asking him yes or no questions. There is a giant brute of a man, orcish, massive, like almost 7 feet tall, rummaging around in the back of the caravan and handing barrels off to two other men in like leather armor, and they're stashing the contents, of the caravan into the woods.
We can only see the one halfling, right? There's no other civilians that we can see.
No, it doesn't look like there's any other civilians.
Okay.
You guys can get to be about here.
There.
Well, if anybody would like, I do not mind taking the first attack since I can hit them from here, possibly.
I would much rather get in closer before we start.
Anybody have anything good as an ambush, as a surprise, as an opening move?
Yes. What I did to our fellow co-worker back at the camp should be enough.
Out of character, can you remind me what that was?
Eldritch Blast, 120 feet, 1d10 plus 3.
I'm gonna.
I have
Sorry.
magic missile and fire. No, I don't even have firebolt. I have magic missile.
Anybody
Say
have
baby.
anybody have anything that can target, that can hit like more than one person?
Magic missile.
Ask me again at 5th level.
Sorry, what does that mean?
Exactly. I don't know.
If I can
where's
get
the
in-
go?
If I can get up close to that orc, I should be able to hit him and the other bandit with one attack.
I just need to get closer first.
Does it look like the bandits have like a uniform, or they just look like rowdy guys?
They just look like some rude dudes.
Just some nasty
Okay.
rowdy boys.
I can't disguise you to look like one of them then. So
It's fine. If you
Unless-
can get me within 30 feet of the orc, I can do something. I would rather get
Okay.
closer before we start our attacks, though.
So if you want to get closer than this, you'll have to roll another stealth check, and they'll roll.
I'd like to.
Perception. Or you can just run in screaming, and you'd all get a surprise round anyway.
I would rather do that.
yeah, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, let's just all go in.
Okay, roll initiative.
Yes.
On a 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Cool, same as last time.
Oh my god!
18.
Oh no.
How about that natural 20? Roll from boots.
I just love to smash. I just want to smash things with my sword and my lance.
Wah.
So if you-
Before we move in, I'd like to turn to the rest of the party. If someone with range can take care of the one in front of that halfling, I would really rather get him to safety first.
Oh, I can do my best, but no promises. The last couple days have been iffy.
Ashrin, what's your initiative? 10?
It's 10.
Eidolon.
It is going to be a 4.
Yikes. Glimmer.
7.
What is with your guys' rolls, man?
Listen, Jack, how do I fix roll 20?
Gwydion, what do you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Oh my god. And white scales.
18.
18. Okay.
Good.
So you guys see the turn order on your screen? This is a surprise round, so we're going to skip their turns. You are unseen currently, so all your attacks have advantage for this first round. And white scales, it's your turn.
Yeah, I can't do anything but get closer.
Jake, I think I can only see the turn orders of the enemies. I think I made this mistake last night when I was running a session. You have to make new turn orders for the new tokens that are on this screen. Because we have turn orders from tokens on the last screen that they don't show up on this one.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, I'll run up there and I can throw a javelin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll throw one of my javelins at the orc there as I run in.
Roll your attack.
Forgot that I had this. 9.
And this is at all of us are at
14.
advantage, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you're unseen.
It's gonna be 14.
14 to hit, that'll hit.
That'll hit. All right, excellent. And then it will be a 9 damage to the orc.
9 damage to the orc. He, you get his, arm. It, pierces into his arm and, gets, right into the forearm, and, he turns over his shoulder with, fearful eyes. That was 9, he said?
Yeah, 9 damage.
9 total damage. Okay. That was your turn. It is Ashrin's turn.
Cool. All right.
Glimmer, you're on deck.
I'm going to do
Magic missile.
magic missile.
Magic
Actually, I'll
missile.
move first. Sorry. I gotta get in there, but level 20 is loving me right now. All right, let's go. Trying to move my guy.
Where do you want to move your guy to?
I just want to move 30 feet closer and cast magic missile. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, Great. And then I'm going to target the one next to the captive with 2 bolts. And those are going to do 1d4 each. Sorry.
It's 1d4 plus 1, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it hits automatically, right? I don't have to make a range.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Big roll.
And it's force damage. Yeah, big roll, baby. We love the d4s.
Woo.
And I'll do the third one towards him too. Cool. I'll make a little flourish. And I start blasting.
Your darts come out in quick succession, hitting him in the back shoulder. He winces a little bit and turns over, looks eyes at you with fury. Glimmer, it's your turn.
Just a question. Which of these guys looks like the biggest and scariest?
This guy is definitely the biggest. This guy seems to be, like, in charge.
Okay. I don't think I can see the biggest guy, but I can see the in charge guy.
He's lightly
Somewhere.
obscured, so you can
Lightly
do it.
obscured? Okay.
Yeah, if you try to hit him with a ranged attack, I give him cover.
Okay. I'm gonna cast a spell, but it requires him to make a save. So I'm gonna like hold up my hand and like weave my fingers a little bit, and conjure like a little like sort of pale purplish blue spike that like hovers above his head. And then I'm gonna swipe my hand and it rams into his head. Can I get an intelligence save, please? This is Mind Sliver.
Ooh. Is that one of those UA spells?
It is.
Nico's cheating.
After this game, let's talk about that one, because that's the one that gives them bad saves, right?
It's just a D4 on the next save.
Yeah.
Before the end of my next turn.
Okay. Yeah, I have made a version of that one that I feel more happy with, and I'll share it with you and get your thoughts.
Okay.
After this game, so we'll just do it as now. 14 on that saving throw.
That's a save. That's my DC's 13. Cool. I'm still failing, folks. So nothing happened. Can't do anything with the bonus action, right? I don't think so. Cool.
That's why we love
Gwydion.
spells where you don't have to roll.
This is fun for me. I like this.
Gwydion, it's your turn.
Excellent. So Gwydion was waiting for everybody to... And he's gonna start running. Let's see, that is 15. Another 3, it's about right. That's 30 feet about, I think.
Okay.
Realizing that he's in the back of the line, he's not really getting very far. This is exactly not the position he wants to be. I would like to use my action surge so that I can use... Actually, no, I'll just use my action to dash again. That's another 30 feet, right?
Yep.
1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I'll go up against this guy. And then I will use my action surge to draw out my longsword and attack this piratey looking man.
Roll your attack at advantage.
Advantage. Excellent. Yes. So roll 2d20 plus 5. Yeah. Oh, okay. 18 plus 5 is 3. So that is... what is my longsword? 1d10 plus 3. So 8 damage.
8 damage. You run up to him swiftly as he's reeling from the magic darts of Ashrin and bring your sword against his back. He's very focused on you now. Anything else on your turn?
That is I end my turn, yes.
Eidolon, it's your turn.
All right, I am going to take my full movement. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. The bandit in the top right, would you... Well, not the very top right, but the... Well, yeah, that one. I think I'm actually going to go after the orc, though. And I'm going to curse him with my Hexblade Curse.
Okay.
And then I'm going to roll for Eldritch Blast as I flick my wand toward his direction.
Sounds good. Roll your attack.
Just
So
to check
that's going to
with you,
be 17.
17 will hit.
All right.
Jake, that ogre guy had +2 to intelligence?
No, I thought you were targeting the leader.
No, I was targeting the ogre man.
Oh, hold on. What did I roll on the save?
He rolled a 12.
Would that have 12?
What do you add?
No, you can roll your damage against him, so that would have gone through.
Four damage.
Oops.
Yep. Okay. And he's got disadvantage on saves now. Or he's got minus 1d4 saves, right?
Yes, to his next save before the end of my next turn.
So the orc receives 8 force damage.
And that's going to be enough to do it as he turns over his shoulder, gets like a headache. He grabs his head with his hands as he's looking at Glimmer, and then he looks over his hands at a blue bolt coming from Eidolon. How does he fall?
Nice. Thought it was going to be a lot more tougher. That's all
he
I'm
would
going
have
to do
been
for
tough
my
if
action.
he hit anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so your surprise round is over. They are getting onto the offensive. The first thing that is going to happen is this guy who's currently next to the halfling is going to look over his shoulder and call into the woods behind him, and he says, "Puke stain!" And then he draws his scimitar and attacks Gwydion 3 times.
That he was.
Ooh, my God. 3
Ooh.
times?
Woo!
Ooh.
I'm regretting not taking that shield, friends.
Ooh.
E.
Does a 19, 15, 13?
Only the 19 hits.
Only the 19.
He's
Nice.
actually gonna miss. He's actually gonna have to re-roll on that 19.
Ooh.
He's actually gonna be startled and re-roll on that one.
What does that look
Ooh.
like?
So he swings and he hits Gwydion, and then suddenly everyone feels something in the pit of their stomach, and then suddenly Gwydion has not been hit and he has to swing again. And maybe people remember and maybe they don't.
I don't think Gwydion is. I don't think Gwydion's perception is high enough to pick up on this fact yet, Ashrin, that you have this ability.
Definitely feel like, I don't know if everyone can see it, but it definitely gives everyone like a feeling in their stomach.
Yeah.
What's the stomach?
What exactly
I feel like
was that?
feeling in your burnt apple core.
White
I feel
scales.
twists in the magical weave.
Yeah. I feel like
The,
Eidolon would see it more than anyone else.
All right. White scales. The one that was in the back saddles up next to you and tries to take a swing. I'm assuming that a 8 doesn't hit you. What's
An 8 will not hit me.
It is actually a 9. So, fear me.
Oh no! I'm so scared.
The other one is going to pull out a crossbow and aim a shot at you. It's a 13 hit.
A 13 does not hit me.
Okay. And I accidentally just like made their turns all in a row instead of giving you a turn, so I'm just going to skip their next turns. White scales, it's your turn.
Okay. Eidolon, you're right, but you're like diagonally next to me, right?
I am.
I'll kind of turn to you and be like, I'm going for the other one.
And then
All
5, 10, 15, 20 up. I'm assuming that he's taking the attack of opportunity against me.
He will.
Okay.
He's gonna miss.
He is going to miss. And then I'm going to activate my rage. The way that I kind of want this to play out is as I'm running, that kind of focus comes into my eyes as I run up to this one and draw my axe and swing at him. Which will be a nat 20, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, and that's just my. I roll my damage die twice, right?
Yes.
13, 19 damage.
It's just 13 plus 3. So you rolled double the dice, but you don't add your modifier twice.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's 16 damage, though?
Yes.
You one-shot him. What does that look like?
Once again, as I kind of run up, I kind of drag the axe a little bit on the ground and kind of come up diagonally, cutting into him. And you hear the snap of his collarbone.
Folks, this guy he'd be watching anime though.
I watch a lot of anime. And then I'll kind of turn back around to face the rest of the group, and that will be the end of my turn.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you. I killed the
Ashton,
guy.
it's your turn.
It's my turn? Okay. I'm gonna stay where I'm at, and I'm gonna give White Scales a look of approval, like, and then I'm going to spin and do more magic missiles at the guy who looked at me meanly. And we're gonna roll for those.
For some reason, it sounds like you're typing a novel whenever you roll damage.
I gotta mute first. Sorry.
You can also set macros, just so you know.
$1D money plus 1. Yeah, baby.
1D money, baby. Show me the 1D money. You want to roll that again? Try that again. There we go. That was money. Okay. The darts pelt into him. He stands his ground. He looks resolute and not like he's going to take your shit. Is there anything else on your turn?
Oh, you're still muted.
No.
No. Okay. Ashrin, you feel pretty good about yourself after that above average damage roll. And you're looking ahead at that captain when all of a sudden, does a 18 on the die hit you?
Can you describe what's happening to me so I can rewind time and have something else happen?
So you, out of the corner of your eye, you see some movement in the forest, and then you see a crossbow bolt heading in your direction. But it's an attack that's not seen, so if it's an attack that you have to see...
Yeah, I think I have to see it, so... Nice.
So you take... this much damage.
Okay, well, I'm unconscious now. Bye-bye.
You...
Sorry for being wizard.
Edelon, you're looking forward, but out of the corner of your eye, you see Ashlyn begin to fall. Glimmer, you can see this as well as she falls down onto the forest floor, and you trace the path of the crossbow bolt back to the edge of the forest, where you see a halfling stooped in a bush with a hand crossbow. He begins to cock it and runs back into the forest and tries to hide. Whose passive perception is above 5? Everybody, you can see it.
Everybody.
He's behind a bush right there.
Okay.
Add him to the turn order underneath Ashrin. It is your turn, Glimmer.
Listen, Jack. How do anybody have heal? I don't.
Heal the
I
shit
don't
broke.
believe we have a healer in our group.
I'm gonna come up. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right next to Ashrin, like kind of shielding her body. I'm gonna like keep my eye on her, and like if she's like starting to die, I will stabilize her, but I don't have any healing. So what do I want to do? Is this new halfling guy? Is he within 60 feet of me? I know that you can measure range in Roll20, but I don't know how.
Welcome to our new video series where we learn Roll20 together.
Yeah. It's not called the Shatterland. It's called
within-
Listen, Jack. How do I use Roll20?
Yes.
within-
How do I open PDF?
He is within 60 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You all see a similar move to what I did yesterday as I whisper into my hand and cast a little strand of dissonant whispers at him. Can I get a goddamn wisdom save, please?
You may.
The gods aren't listening.
How about one of
Nico,
these?
Oh my god.
Toss him in the
That's
fire,
fine.
man.
Cool. Not a single one of my cool spells has succeeded yet. Alright, that's my turn. Thanks, Jake. I quit this game.
I do not
actually
roll dice.
I'm quitting my job as well. I'm gonna go out and intentionally get coronavirus and die.
Oh no!
No!
Drama. Gwydion, it's your turn.
It is. I will continue to wail. What does this gentleman, this leader, look like, Jake?
He pretty much looks like the picture. He's got a bandana on. He's got a big black bushy beard, and he friggin' smells, dude. He smells like old socks and like dirty beer bottle.
All right.
So
Well,
he's
in that
no-
case, as Sir Gwydion rehandles his longsword, tests his grip again, he's gonna do a quite dismissive look towards this man and be like, "There's no class in evil villains these days, is there?" And just do a slash at him. Let us see. Does a 17 hit?
That will hit.
Excellent. Yeah. 1d10 plus 3. 5 damage.
5 damage. He tries to bring up his sword to meet yours, but you bat it aside and lodge your blade into his shoulder. Anything else on your turn?
That is my turn.
Eidolon, it's your turn.
Getting a little bit bored of having to use his one-trick pony every so often, he sees the other robber come toward him, and he's just gonna sheath his wand and take out 2 daggers that he kind of flips in the air and calmly walks over to the other robber. And then he's going to cast green flame blade or cyan flame blade and attack and try to stab the first guy with the first attack.
Do it.
So that's 1d20 plus 3. 9.
9 misses.
Well, missing with the blade, he's going to take the second bonus attack with the other dagger he has.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that works.
1d20 plus 3. No, 30. 4.
No, that's not going to work. I'm sorry.
He realizes that he should have practiced with his daggers in the morning rather than his rapier.
Is plus 3 really your only to hit?
Yes, because it's dexterity.
You don't
My
have Hex Warrior
rapier.
yet?
I'm sorry, what?
You don't have your Hex Warrior yet with your charisma?
I do, but it's attuned. It's only attuned to one weapon at a time, and it's currently attuned to my rapier.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else? No, I think
That's it. I'm just gonna stand there and probably take a punch.
This guy is going to back up a bit and draw his dagger and hold it to the halfling's throat with one hand as he takes just two slashes with his scimitar at Gwydion.
Okay.
Just to clarify, he's holding the halfling by the throat, right?
Yeah, he put a dagger to the halfling's throat, but
Okay,
he
great.
doesn't have enough action economy to actually prepare the action.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of hollow threat in the game theory of it.
I can't
Gwydion,
see that.
That
None
is,
Neither can I.
what happened?
I can't. Oh, I mean, I couldn't see it happen.
21, 17, and 13.
Ooh, 21 and 17 both hit.
He reaches up with his scimitar and does that to you. Take one of these, call me in the morning.
Ooh.
Oof. Okay.
Piercing it right into your midsection. And he says, "It's all about class with you folks." And it's Whitescale's turn.
That's
Damn.
not good.
So I was gonna run up to him and attack him, but Gwydion is currently in the only space that I would be able to attack him from.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Barrel directly through the wagon. Just like break it apart with your
My
big.
God, I wish I could.
Cool,
Just
cool
do
it,
it.
man it.
Yeah, literally just do it. It's D&D, baby. You can just do
It's
it.
D&D, baby. While my strength is very high, I don't want to risk losing my turn, so I'm gonna run up to this guy to here, right behind Gwydion. I'm gonna attack the guy right in front of me, right there. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Cool. All right, then it's 12 damage.
You one-shot him.
Great.
Nice.
Uh,
Cool, dude.
Cool. Once again, as I run by, I'll just slash at his head.
It lops off cleanly as he falls to the floor.
Cool. Cool.
That guy dead. That guy dead. This guy dead. Ashrin, it's your turn. Are you dead?
We gotta
I'm
see.
unconscious because I'm below 0. So do you want me to roll a con save?
No, please roll your death saving throw. It's just 1
Yeah.
to 20.
Yeah.
I forgot you were downed.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Do anybody have heal? I don't think so.
Medicine check.
No, I have false life, but I need to be
Oh,
awake
you-
to do that.
You can mark 1 success on your...
Yay.
I did it.
You did it.
I did it. I won.
It is this guy's turn. He is going to come up here and try to shoot a crossbow bolt at Glimmer.
Oh, cool.
18 hit you.
I will cast shield, which
Yeah.
brings my AC up to 19.
Okay, what? Oh, sorry. 8. That's just on the die. He's got a bonus to hit too.
Great.
So-
Thanks, Jake. Cool. So it hits me.
Oh no!
You don't need a. Don't mark off the shield.
I'm not.
Okay. So you take.
Okay.
4
that's
damage
fine.
as the crossbow bolt lodges in your leg. He tucks and rolls across the forest path and hides, or attempts to hide on the other side. Let's see how he does. Oh,
Great.
he's-
Awesome.
He's gone.
Cool. I was
gone.
gonna shoot him, but I guess I can't.
Gone.
That's the last place you've seen him.
Great.
It is your turn, Glimmer.
Would it take my turn to perception check try to find him?
Uh,
Yeah, I can go.
it usually is an action to do.
Okay. I will not do that.
Is your passive perception over 22?
No, it's 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, minus 1.
Oh,
you got this big bad guy squaring off with Gwydion too.
Yeah, sure. We sure do, folks. How hurt is he looking?
That guy,
Yeah.
he has taken some licks. He's got like some grievous wounds that he's kind of clutching to, but you know, he's still rowdy.
Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers again. Can I get a wisdom save, please?
Yes, you can. How about one of these?
Great. That's a
There you
failure. Thank
Yes.
you. So the strand enters his mind. He takes 3d6 psychic damage. I will roll that. That's 11, baby.
11. Okay, and then he immediately moves 30 feet, right? Or is that on his turn?
Must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed away from me. Yeah.
Bro, too spooky. He's got to run away.
So he hears. Let me just. I'll just say. He hears
Oh, I'll
a
be
voice.
quiet.
He hears a voice that is not my voice in his head. Just say, "I think you should go."
Is
Want
that
to see
what
me
the
do a magic trick?
voice-
Sorry.
You want to know how I got these scars? Thanks.
Oh no, I got these scars.
He's got the Joker virus.
I will definitely take my reaction to swing at him.
Do it.
16 plus 5, 21.
That'll hit.
Yeah. And I'll do 4 damage.
4 damage. You've done a total of 51 damage to him. Now he looks like very severely hurt. He's like on his last legs. Gwydion, it's your turn. You just see this craven guy pull the knife from the throat of the halfling and begin tearing down the forest path.
5, 10, 15. Well, he's too far away from me now.
Oh,
No,
cool.
you should be able to-
Sorry.
2, 3,
Uh,
4, 5, 6. You can catch him.
to 30 feet?
Yeah, that's 30 feet.
Oh,
1, 2,
okay, yeah.
3, 4,
No,
5, 6.
I'm not letting him go.
I don't do that diagonal stuff.
Oh, you don't do?
No, so I don't do like count every other diagonal like 5 feet or whatever. The grid is the grid. You can move 6 squares on your turn if you have got 30 feet.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I'm like, wait, but I have a lance.
You can get
So-
here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's 30 feet.
Excellent. But I was going to do that so that I'm 5 feet away so that I can actually just bang him with my lance. Yeah.
Do it.
Plus 5. Come on. Oh, come on, really? Oh, that's a 8 to hit.
8 will not hit.
It won't, which is really sad. I'll Tisk and I'll use my second wind to heal up and kind of just glare at this asshole who's running away in fear. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, Eidolon, it's your turn.
All right. For my free action, I would like to scream out, "Can someone please pick up the human time turner?" And
Epic.
I am going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and cast Eldritch Blast at the captain sort of deal.
Okay, roll your hit.
All right. $12?
12 to hit.
Yes.
Not going to hit.
Damn it. All right. That's all I can do.
What has to happen on his turn, Nico? Does he have to make the save again?
No, he just uses his reaction to move away, and then he's good.
Okay, so he comes to a stop as he looks out into the forest floor, turns his head back around, pulling out his scimitar, and rushes towards Gwydion again. He is pissed at you.
Oh, I bet. Oh, come on.
25. That's 2 hits, I think, right?
That is 2
13.
hits, yes. Less than 18, baby. We good.
It's
God, I suck.
impossible for me to roll. No, I can roll exactly an 18. All right, add 3 more damage to that for 11.
11? Okay.
Pulling out his scimitar and taking 3 slashes against your belly. It's like, you think you can just trick me into running away? I know I got you on the ropes. White Scales, it's your turn.
Okay.
He does not really.
Can you tear another man in half, please? Seems to be
There are
your
no men
role
to tear in
here.
half.
I'm not in range to do that.
Throw your axe. I don't know.
But I can do something else instead if I put myself there. Wait, hold on. 10,
Why is
15.
no one picking up the human time turner?
Yeah, okay. That's I would hit you. He's here, right?
No, that's the last place you saw him.
The last place I saw him. Okay.
He got a nat 20 on his hide, so.
Yeah. What's your current health at, Gwydion?
I am at 7th health.
You're
I
at
can take probably
7?
one more hit. Yeah. I'm not afraid. Let's go.
Well, I ask because I have something I can do here. I just have to hurt you too.
Do it. Let's go.
All right. So instead of moving there, I'm going to move here, and then I'm going to use my breath attack on the captain, which is a 15 foot.
You're gonna wait. If you stayed there, you wouldn't catch Gwydion in it.
No, I would get it either way.
You could start it at the corner.
Yeah,
No, I'd miss it.
right there.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, that would still
If
get
you-
it. That would still get it.
Move one to the left and it works.
That also.
Yes,
What-
and then you miss.
I can't move there.
Yes. Yeah, you can. Why not?
Because I can. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, I can do that. Yes,
Yeah.
That works.
yes.
What's your
Yeah,
cone?
and that works. All right, I will breath attack then,
Okay.
and kind of draw in a deep breath, and then a low growl out as I breathe out a cone of white cold breath.
What's
against
the
him.
save?
12.
No, what's the
Oh, Constitution.
Constitution? You
Yeah.
picked a good one. He's not good at those as much.
Good.
Oh well.
Damn, bro.
He still takes half damage,
Yeah, okay.
which is
Alright.
5. So
2.
you take 2. I thought it's round up.
I thought usually you round down, but
No, you round down.
it's up. It is up. Oh, you round up. Okay.
No, you round down.
Oh, okay. You round down. Okay. I thought you round up.
No, you round
No,
down.
you round down. Oh, okay.
It's
heard
a,
that.
it's a down round.
Okay.
Anything else for your turn, White Scales?
I think if there's anything else that I can do. No, I can't do anything else.
Ashrin, roll that other death saving throw.
Yeah, baby.
Another pass.
Alright, nice.
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 You may not need us at all.
I'm really good at this. Guys, I'm winning.
Granted, not dying.
In your
so-
lucid dream state.
Yeah.
This piece of shit is going to come out of hiding again and attack.
This nasty little guy.
Yep, he's going to throw a hand crossbow bolt at. He's not going to throw it. He's going to use his hand crossbow to do it.
Oh, okay.
He's going to launch a bolt at Gwydion for 21 to hit.
Fuck yeah, that hits.
He does that to you. Oops. Does that to you?
That
Jeez,
I am
man.
down. Ugh.
Out of curiosity, how's he looking?
This guy?
Yeah.
He looks terrible. He's on his
Okay.
last legs.
All right.
Um,
Cool.
This guy is going to run back into the forest and try to hide again, because he is a coward. Anyone with a passive perception of 9 or lower, 9
Hey,
or higher,
exactly my passive perception. Cool.
he tries to run this way. He's in this part of the forest. Glimmer, it's your turn.
Is he still within 60 feet of me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nope, you have to move to like here. Oh, you're talking about that guy? You can do
Talk
that.
about the guy in the woods.
There is
that
the
guy-
cart in the way.
You just need to go like here.
Well, but if I kill his leader, okay, never mind. I'm gonna. 1 second. Okay, firebolt is definitely in range. So I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at the captain man.
Firebolt at the captain man.
Space captain face.
Yep.
That's a 14.
Barely misses, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's cool. I'm staying where I am.
Uh,
I'm having a great fun time playing Dungeons and Dragons, everybody.
Ashrin is like breathing really heavily at your feet and like staring up into the gaps between the trees, trying to like get back onto her feet.
I've got like a crossbow bolt in my gut, and I'm like, ugh!
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to help you. I'm sorry.
Gwydion, roll your death saving throw, please.
Indeed. 18. I passed.
It is Eidolon's turn.
Okay. So how much cover does the archer have?
He doesn't have any cover. He's like between he's like in between some trees and you can see him and have a clear path.
Okay, so if he's not under cover, I'm going to just move one step up and cast Eldritch Blast at him.
Roll it.
All right. Please, please, please. $19!
That'll
Yay.
hit.
All right.
Fuck. Sorry.
That's the sixth one. You're using them up for the whole season. Oh my
13
God.
damage.
So he takes that blast, and you can see that his nose gets bloody. You did like a good chunk of his hit points, but he's still just barely standing.
All right. I am going to. I'm gonna stay right there. Yep. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. This guy is going to remove the scimitar from Gwydion's belly and come toe-to-toe with Monsieur Whitescales.
Hit me. Hit me.
Hit
He
me!
rolled pretty well. That's a 23, a 22, and a 14.
Damn, bro.
So is he's making 2 attacks or 3?
He makes 3 attacks.
3 attacks. All 3 will hit me. Yeah, all 3 will hit me. But he does deal half damage to me. Because I'm currently raging, unless he is doing something way above his level.
Nope.
He's dealing anti-dragonborn damage.
That is a scimitar of dragonborn slaying. So you take 7 total damage from his blows as his scimitar scrapes against your scales. He looks like, despite his like wounds, he seems like he's in a frenzy and he's going to finish this one way or another.
I will, as a reaction, use Vengeful Assault, which gives me an attack against him.
Oh,
what's that?
It's from the Ravenite Dragonborn subrace.
Oh, okay.
So whenever I take damage from a creature within melee range, while I am holding my weapon, I can use my reaction to make an attack against that creature.
Is that like capped off like per day?
Once per short rest.
Oh, cool. Yeah, roll your attack.
All right, cool.
Also send me that like book. What's that to hit total?
12.
Not going to do it.
Yeah.
But it is your turn.
Yes, and then I will attack again. Yeah, it's in Wild Mount.
Okay.
Yeah. It also changes some of the benefits that I get as a Dragonborn. I'm gonna swing again.
No,
Not gonna hit.
hit.
Okay.
We're making a sparkling debut, everybody. This is fantastic.
It's the dice fault. You guys' strategy is like pretty on point. Ashrin, it's your turn.
Cool. Okay, that's a first failure. First failure. All right.
For like
Let's
30
go.
seconds, you've been on the ground like.
Eidolon, that is a plus. That is a 12 to hit you.
It does not hit.
Okay. He's going to come here and try to hide again. Anyone with a passive perception of 17 or higher can see him.
I don't think that's any of us.
I have
All
a
right.
passive perception of unconscious right now.
Yes, you do. Glimmer, it's your turn.
Hey,
Okay. Same old song and dance. We're making a firebolt attack at Space Captain Face.
Okay. I'm going to give him like a little bit of cover, like +2, because of your
Great.
buddies in the way, but you don't have a chance of hitting them.
Awesome, great. Same as last time. Cool.
Just barely misses.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Lacey.
I'm gonna make another character.
Gwydion-
Can I make my next character level 20? Thanks.
Gwydion, make your death saving throw. And
Okay.
Eidolon, you're up next.
Pass.
Pass again. Eidolon, it's your turn.
All right, so I am. Eidolon is really had enough of this. He wants the job done, and he wants it done fast. So what he's going to do is he's going to take out his rapier, and he's going to imbue it with cyan energy. However, it's a little bit different than the green flame blade, as he casts Wrathful Smite, and he's going to take an attack at the leader. Fuck.
That's
Damn.
number 4, everybody.
I'm pretty sure that's number 5. Yeah, that's a 9 to hit.
9 doesn't do it.
I'm still gonna maintain concentration on that Wrathful Smite, though.
Okay. The big bad leader guy is going to take 3 more swings at White Scales. That's a 22, a 13, and a 15.
The 22 and the 15 hit me.
Okay. And you pick one of these, call me in the morning. That's
Take
halved.
9 damage.
Halved, right?
Yeah. Which would be 5? Or is that,
Yep.
or is the 9 the halved?
No, that is the total. You round it down to 4.
Okay, cool.
And then it's your turn.
Okay, you know what? Instead of attacking this guy, I'm gonna grapple him.
Okay?
So that's just a strength roll, right?
Yes.
Mm.
10.
Guys, I love this. This is
Minus
rolled
10.
He rolled a 11 adding his strength, so he is unmoved.
Okay.
TPK, TPK, TPK.
Oh no!
Then with that, I'm going to move around him to there.
I am sweating. Computer chair, and I'm sweating.
Ashton,
Kind of. What was that?
It's Ashton's turn again.
Yep,
Ah,
I did it.
I think you're stable now, right?
yes.
Yeah, that's 3 successes.
So does that mean she wakes up at Ashton?
No, she's unconscious at 0. If you
Got
get
it.
a natural 20, you wake up at 1.
Yep.
It is this guy's turn. He sees White Scales approaching from the forest and tries to roll against him. Oops. Oh no.
Yay.
Does a 7 hit you? Or a 6 hit you? White Scales?
Oh, wait, hold on. What was it?
6. It's a
No.
joke. It obviously doesn't hate you.
Yeah.
Then he hides. Anyone with a passive perception of 17 can see him here. And it is Glimmer's turn.
Okay. I mean, it worked last time. So I'm gonna try it. One more. Dissonant Whispers. Wisdom save, please.
On the captain.
On Space Captain face, yes. Thank Christ. That's just one below my AC. So, or my
Level
DC. I
2 is
mean.
a precarious place, man.
Yes, it very much is. That's 9 damage.
9 damage. How do the psychic whispers end this man's life?
He hears another whisper that I guess just says, like, almost in like an annoyed tone now, like, I really think you should go. And he turns and like gets like a few steps away, and then he just starts sort of gushing blood out of his ears and his eyes, and he just topples over.
Yep. Falls down onto the ground, convulsing, and then shakes no more. Anything else in your turn?
I'm gonna like, I don't have any actions left, but I'm gonna like kneel down next to Ashlyn and just sort of be like, okay, try to remember what to do. Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay. You're gonna wake up in 4 hours, Ashrin.
Yay!
So, see you then. Gwydion, it's your turn.
Bye, guys.
It is my turn.
Is-
I will roll a d20 for you.
Those visual
That's another pass.
Oh, we're still in combat, right?
That is my third path.
Yep.
So you
So that's 3
are
successes.
you are stable. You will wake up in 4 hours.
Great.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your nap. Mr. Eidolon, it's your turn.
That's 4 real-time hours. Everybody in the audience, you're gonna have to sit with us for 4 hours while we say nothing.
Eidolon,
Yeah.
what's your passive perception?
So
Come back at 1 a.m.
We'll be here all night, people. Eidolon had his rapier ready, about to thrust into the leader, and he just kind of sees him slump over dead. And he kind of just stands there looking with his his blade all aflame, don't know what to do. He looks over to the side, doesn't see where the crossbow man went, and kind of just stands there for a beat, and is going to
Intimidate him.
intimidate who?
Just say it to the air. He'll hear you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make the intimidating, unearthly screech in the directions of the woods, and scream, telling him to run.
Okay, roll your intimidation check, please.
What is my intimidation? That should be +5, I guess. Oh!
Yes.
Would you
okay.
also-
I'm gonna sleep for 12 hours.
Would you like to prepare an action to blast him if you see him?
Absolutely.
Okay. White Scales, it's your turn.
I saw him run off in that direction in the woods, right?
You saw him in that area of the woods, yes. You don't know exactly where he is.
In this area?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there anything preventing me from going in after him?
No, it's just the woods.
Okay. I guess my primary question would it be meta if I walked over that way?
No, if you walk through the woods, I would have you roll a like a free perception check because you're like changing your viewpoint on him, and you might like
Okay.
check his hiding spot.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move into the woods there.
Okay.
And
Roll
then
your
I'll make the perception.
check. You have to beat a 17.
I
No.
don't. But if I just kept moving, I mean, he would appear if I like ran that way, which is within my move speed, right?
Yeah, it's like an abstract like space. So the abstraction of that is rolling the perception check. So you're not going to be able to find him this turn.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I'll end there.
Okay. Are you doing anything with your action?
Cut some trees down. Cut some trees down and be scary.